spikes, they're orange.
Yes, they are. Quite nifty. And yours has big, gnarly horns. What are you crying about?
No, his are orange.
No, I get that he has the like spikes around his back and stuff that are orange and everything, but you got big, gnarly horns on the freaking head of the Rancor you got. Pretty cool.
No, his are orange.
Did you want what you wanted orange, an orange spiked Rancor? Would that have made you feel a little better?
No. Where are we going? I'm hungry. There's stuff at the gas station.
Too easy.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Sith. I am your host, the Fractured Filter, and with me here is, as always, Jay Hitman. How are you tonight, sir?
May the force be die. I was gonna say may the force be with you.
I boomered the goddamn stream. I didn't have it set with restream to go to the proper YouTube page, so started on a different thing altogether. Hopefully things are all cleared up. So yeah.
I was trying to come up with something catchy to say because everybody, all the shills had their day in the wind on the 4th and the 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th. Everybody's making just Star Wars days left and right, but this is the true Star Wars day. Not my opinion. It's not my opinion.
That's
it is facts. And we all know that facts don't care about your feelings. What a glorious day.
Indeed.
What a
and
day.
We have with
Star
us
Wars Day.
Good old Chiefster. How are you, sir?
Good. Playing some Diablo 2.
Let's go.
Nice.
Diablo 3 is the best one. I don't know why you're not playing it.
Diablo 3? What is this Diablo 3? I have no idea. They've only gone up to 2 so far.
It's only the best Diablo there is. Reaper of Souls. I don't know why.
As well. I don't know what this whole Diablo 3 stuff is all about, but
we've had this discussion on the show. We talked about this, how Diablo 3 is the best. Is the grand poobah of the Diablos.
And how's it going, Fear of FEMA? Welcome. Diablo aside.
You told me this. I wrote it in my diary. You told me the day where he's like, Diablo 3 is the best. Reaper of Souls edition is the best. The Necromancer edition is the best. I wrote it in my diary. I wrote it down. Do I have to go get it? I'll go get it. I wrote it down.
I don't doubt you for 1 second, sir.
It was a declaration on this day. Fractured
on this day in particular,
Diablo 3 as the greatest game in all of Blizzard games. I wrote it down. Yars.
And all I can say is that this is like legitimately conversations we have in person too. Like
1000%. People think I wonder if people like that listen to the show like genuinely think that we just like rehearse this or we just pull stuff out. Like no, like I'm telling the people right now on Star Wars Day at depending on where you're at, 4/12, depending on where you're at in the country or Canada or Australia or I think they say Australia or I don't know. But yeah, these are the conversations that we have. Absolutely. Diablo 3, the best. Hands down. Story, graphics, character class. Like it's just chef's kiss. I almost said French kiss. Kids show. Can't say French kiss. Chef's kiss. It's wonderful. I don't know why sheep's. See, you remember? Okay, so in the intro where like he's just on his Rancor and making me chase him.
Right.
This is why he's doing it. He's playing 2. Like he knew. Like this is all. Like this is why he shoots. It's all Palpatine plan. He was gonna play 2, and he's gonna mention he's playing 2 because he knows that 2 is just trash, and he knows I think it's trash because it is trash. Not my opinion.
Have you even played any other Diablo games?
I don't need to. 3's the best. 3's the best. It's like
well, when you have the best, obviously you don't need to go to anything else.
It's like people like, haven't you watched the sequels? I don't need to watch the sequels. I have the best. I have the original trilogy.
That is true. But haven't you watched the sequels?
Under duress. Yeah, somebody held a lightsaber to the back of my head, and I. But here's the thing: they did it, and like 14 minutes of the movie, I was like, do it, like just do it, ignite it in my life.
Yeah, ignite the saber, please. Let's take me out.
The AT, sliding down the AT-AT. Like, let's just not go down this path. Let's just not do this movie. Let's not watch it. Let's not put it in theaters. Let's not have a Mary Sue character. Like, oh, those were the days where I was just rage harder watching Star Wars than I ever did raging on Jedi Outcast or Academy or like Gears of War. Like, I had some raging moments where I almost broke my television or my console.
Well, I mean, like I think I've said this before. It's like I legitimately stopped watching the Disney trilogy movies and stuff after Force Awakens. And technically, if you want to say the trilogy after Force Awakens, Disney Star Wars movies in general, I had stopped with Rogue One because I was like, no, this is absolute bullshit. You have screwed over 2 legendary characters.
But you have to admit,
you didn't butcher 2 great legendary characters.
The only good thing about that movie was about 1 minute and 20 seconds where Vader's just chopping people up. So that's the only good part of the movie.
Right, where if you are only watching him chop people up, if you try and watch anything beyond, even like following up with that, it immediately becomes nonsensical. But considering he sees the Tantive flying off, it's like, so he did know 100%.
He could have stopped that too. I mean, Starkiller brought down Imperial Star Destroyer in the game.
Thanks to the Kenobi show, he stopped a ship mid-flight. So it's like, what was stopping him there?
And these are the So this is what's wrong with this country, amongst many other things. Is this whole like the sequels? Jar Jar Abrams and Ruin Johnson have ruined this. They just I don't even we will talk about this. It is Star Wars Day. We will talk about this. How they're just nonsense. This is the one day of the year that I concede to talking about Star Wars. Having a blast watching Star Trek, having a blast watching Stargate. I think should just talk about Star Wars. Put it on the hair. I'm going to change into my Star Wars shirt that I used to wear. Hold on. From shows past.
Wait, did he actually get up to go? Oh shit, he did. He's not even on camera, and he's that dedicated. That
okay. No, I have to. Yeah, no, I have to. Yeah, we will talk. We will talk about Star Wars.
All right, so
the nonsensical. I mean, it's nothing we haven't talked about in the past, but it's just the linguistic nonsense. The storytelling that's just atrocious, just laziness.
The quote unquote storytelling.
It's not even storytelling.
That's why I use air quotes for that. Because it's very debatable.
Why is that though? So that's an interesting point you bring up. Like he like the Tantive 5's going away, but like Starkiller in the game brings down,
No, well that according to OG Star Wars, like she says, the book actually gives a little more context to
the Starkiller.
Well, yeah, the Starkiller, him in that, because it's more that he's directing a crashing Star Destroyer than it is him bringing it down. Yeah, because that was like as she explains it, that's like entirely for the dramatics of the game, giving you those kind of OP powers and stuff like that. And the books are the canonical versions of the story, kind of like with Dark Forces. The canonical version are the books, not the game.
This guy didn't just bring down a Star Destroyer, because I played the game and I thought I was bringing down a Star Destroyer.
Well, for the game, yes.
Even just redirecting it seems pretty OP.
It still kind of does, yeah. It's either redirecting it or like kind of trying to halt the destruction it was causing. I forget the exact explanation, but it's along those lines.
Did anybody catch the spacing last night?
I've started to watch some of it. I'm a little bit into it, but I paused it because I had to start working. And I want to catch that fully to give some commentary because I saw that they had for Tim put Ross Scott from Accursed Farms on the thumbnail. I'm like, this should be interesting.
Good or not good?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have an idea probably where they're gonna go, because even on the little tagline next to Ross's head was like, was it statism in gaming?
Mm-hmm. So it was a good show. I'm guessing.
Like I said, I haven't gotten to that part. He was first kind of going over some of the recent comments by George Lucas and whatnot. So
was he going? So I don't know.
Oh yeah, a call for statism in gaming. Yeah, that was a little thing by Ross's. I was like, what the? I thought that was kind of really random for that creator to catch their radar. So I'm really curious what's going to be said. So
he had him on the show.
No, I don't believe he had him on the show, but I believe because like we've gone over on here is how Ross has this very passionate desire to end the destruction of games. He wants to preserve them in any way, shape, or form, and to also make it that companies do not just kill live service games. They have an end of life program and stuff like that. It's just the unfortunate thing is that just regular gamers trying to shout at companies to knock that sort of crap off is not going to get you anywhere. And and I get I'm going to guess it's going to, it does open up the whole thing of government intervention in companies and stuff like that. Can set its own precedents, positive or negative, because sometimes
the minute the government starts getting into games, like it's just done.
Well, I'm finding a new hobby. Yeah, well, I mean, I think they're already involved in games anyways.
You're gonna sit here and not
as we've already discovered, thanks to companies like Sweet Baby Inc.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You think Sweet Baby Inc.'s not funded by the government? Not you. I'm just saying
they are. We already saw that, especially by like Canadian government and stuff like that. No, I can already kind of guess where they're gonna go with the whole thing.
But if that happens, man, it's just there's no coming back.
See, this is like another thing though, is like, so when it comes to the whole digital gaming market, especially, is still very much the Wild West. And for the longest time, for quite some time, you had no like recourse for, if you bought a bad game, could you return it? And it was sadly through some government intervention that you were then capable of being able to do digital returns on Steam, because Valve originally didn't allow that. Because of some European laws and stuff like that, they were the ones that really kicked Valve in the ass about it. And it was eventually passed and then basically made, basically through their platform worldwide for people to be able to make returns within, like, if you have less than 2 hours of gameplay, are you able
to?
Yeah. Because you're going to know pretty quickly whether or not you're going to want to keep a game or not. Although for some games nowadays, 2 hours is practically the
I wonder how long Baby Hill waited until he returned that game. Starfield.
Anyway, so it was because of things like that. I get it. I really do. And then I also get for Ross where he's coming from. But like it is, I haven't heard their conversation on the matter just yet.
Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you speculate?
Like I said, I think they're going to take a very approach of it's a very stupid idea to involve government whatsoever. You should not be doing that sort of thing or encouraging it. And I'm also, and not, I'm gonna guess they have not quite done their research on Ross and his stance when it comes to their games preservation aspect of things, because this is something that he's talked about for a long time on his channel, and especially like you go back to his game dungeon review of Battleforge was where he first kicked off with a lot of that. But even then, he was then encouraging gamers to write to Electronic Arts, especially to certain people responsible for in some of the finances or just for the head honcho and stuff like that, or something like, and secretaries and stuff like that up in that echelon of things. So I mean, he's encouraged things like that, but you're not always going to get a positive response when you do try and do stuff like that. So
yeah.
Like I said, I get it, but I also get why he's trying to have a more, I guess I don't know if a heavy-handed approach by involving government, but it's like a way you sadly have to go, because it's something corporations, especially, they're very dead set on their goal, their pathway for the way they're going to do something. So you kind of need that intervention. But again, yeah, I understand it's the old slippery slope. It opens up doorways that we are probably not going to want. But at the same time, we're probably going to find out it's already been there.
When do you think government started forcing themselves into the gaming industry? Is this last couple of years? Is this 15 years ago? Is this last election? Slowly, I mean, no, I don't think we've ever talked about that. I mean, that specific. Well, maybe we have, but I don't know if I ever posed the question about when government started, snaking their way, if you will, into the gaming industry, because it's full on happening. It's in your face. And anybody that sits here and says, "Oh well, no, Sweet Baby Inc.'s not funded by the government," again, I can't sit here and give you unequivocal proof that they're taking a check from the government, but use your brain.
We showed it from the websites and the funding websites.
Well, money's being routed in different ways, right? I mean, money's being routed, but at the end of the day,
right. I see what you're saying.
It's not. It doesn't say check from United States Treasury,
right? Rules for radicals. But yeah, when it started,
yeah, that long ago.
I mean, I would almost. So, I remember a lot of the government intervention during the 90s that was trying to be pushed, but when they probably started snaking more.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say sometime in the early 2000s.
You think it was that long ago?
I'd be willing to bet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think it's just.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, like you say, with Sweet Baby Inc. and whatnot, the government doesn't involve itself, overtly at first. It uses, agents and whatnot, the journos, the activists coming into it, trying to shape it this way or that way, and they're all probably in one way or another funded by something connected to a government entity somewhere. So it very likely is as long ago as 2000s, probably even earlier, but it definitely ramped up probably after 2010 and stuff, leading up into that period.
Yeah.
So you could probably never trace it, but it's probably always been there.
That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of a curious question. It's another one of those things like,
Do you think that it'll just be? Do you think we'll see it in the Senate or the House, where they'll just straight up like? Do you think this will be a topic of contention like there, or do you think they'll just?
the one, I mean, I
I
don't
guess the
know.
question is, can they and will they? Like, can they? Yes, they can do anything they want if they have power, right? But will they? I mean, they're already doing it subvertively. I think this is going to come to a point in time where they're just not going to care. Like, because people aren't standing up. People aren't like people speak out, like podcasts and whatnot, but like nobody's writing their governors or their congressmen. Like no, and like they don't need to because people aren't standing up, so they could do whatever they want, and they know that no one's going to say anything. You'll have the group of people over here that will, the conservatives and whatnot will say something, but at the end of the day, like they're not going to go to the polls, and even if they go to the polls, we've seen that like we're never going to have another free election again after Biden won. You're telling me 70,000 people voted for that guy?
Yeah. Oh, he totally won. What are you talking about? He totally won legitimately.
Yeah.
Go But I was remembering I remember how the Supreme Court did rule that games are protected under free speech. They're they're a form of art. So go to 2011.
I laugh at you.
If you want a starting point, like that sort of thing. But I would say more
free speech only if they if it goes aligns with the agenda they're pushing.
Right. Well, it's more so today than but I mean that's you could go back to then.
Yeah.
As one point, I would still say like a lot of the things during the 90s, from their attacks on Mortal Kombat, when even you had particular politicians basically trying to ban violent video games. You had people like Jack Thompson, the now disbarred lawyer that had his vendetta against video games back once upon a time ago. I always forget the two politicians in particular that people pointed out.
Mitt Romney.
No. I think his tarded ass came later, much later. for if he has spoken out against video games. Because I know it's two Democrat lawyers, or not lawyers, politicians. I always forget their damn names, though.
They're all lawyers.
Yeah, true. Which explains a lot, right?
All shysters. Honorary degrees, by the way. Not one of them probably went to law school. You should ask Bradley that.
No, not Tipper Gore. That wasn't that more like during the 80s with D&D and stuff like that. No. Okay. I can't show the meme, but Joseph Lieberman and Herbert Cole. Because like people use this meme of like who started the attack on video games, and the answer, right-wing Christian nut jobs, wrong, and they point to these two particular Democrat politicians, one the Lieberman from Connecticut and Cole from Wisconsin.
That makes sense.
Oh, was that in the 90s still? But yeah, those two in particular, people point to. So take your pick at this point.
I mean, it's a mood point. I'm just curious if
I think there was the attempt to shut down video games. But I think when the popularity of video games was shown to be so prevalent and so strong, that it was just called, okay, so how do we basically subvert, pervert, and destroy this from the inside? And that's probably later. It's types in there and everything.
Listen, it's a splendid plan. Put a pipe bomb in it and light it and let it, watch it blow up. Attack it from within. Absolutely, it's brilliant. Can't be mad at them, right?
I just wish we thought of it sooner. Wish people
Well,
aren't
because because there's a good point, right? And we didn't, and we didn't even. We're like the Jedi, man. Like the sign, it was written on the wall. The Sith were there, and we just no. Surely the Sith couldn't be. They've been extinct for a millennia.
Yeah, this has been extinct.
Unless you ask Filoni, and then he'll apparently just tell you they've been extinct for 100 years, not a millennia. But you know what's interesting about that topic? You know, we talked about like, oh yeah, like how can the Sith be in this show, this garbage, trash, dog water show, if they've been extinct for a millennia? But isn't this coming from the same guy with Favreau that couldn't put together the timeline where Grogu was training with Luke for like 3 years?
Right.
They tried to explain the whole like, oh well, you know, he was training, but then he came back, and then he was on vacation, then went on holiday, but he came back, but it wasn't in 3 years, but he was gone for 3 years, but it really wasn't 3 years. But I put 3 years in a 3-week show, and just I don't even know if they said that, by the way, but I do know that they could not explain the timeline at all. And these are the guys that created their timeline. I mean, that's embarrassing. And we don't really know when he was training with Luke. We think he was on this planet, the same planet where he was drinking the milk, but it doesn't matter. The Force is female. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, he retreated to that planet. Or no, wait, you're talking about... it's not the same planet that he retreated to, where he trained Grogu. Two completely separate.
That's the same planet he drank the milk on.
Oh, separate places.
I don't know.
They had to find a special star map just to go and find his stupid ass. If you
they did bring the star map.
I'm sad that I remember that. God damn it.
They did. Oh, on Star Wars Day, nonetheless, you brought that. That's crazy. They stole that from KOTOR. The star map. Why would you have to do that? I was having such a good day.
Well, you were already the one bringing it up.
No, I didn't. I brought the titty milk. I didn't bring up the star map. You brought up the star map. I didn't.
How is that any worse than bringing up the titty milk?
Oh, it's worse. It's much worse. You know what's even funnier about this, about the blue milk? It's now being sold in stores.
Yeah, Chiefster and I saw that the last time we stopped in.
Did you pick it up?
Hell no. Although Chiefster joked about picking it up. He's like, hey, Fractured, you want this? I'm like, no.
Oh man, that's funny. I was watching people actually drinking it. This thing will kill you. Literally, it's got like 60 grams of sugar.
Oh God.
In a serving. In a serving. Oh, absolutely. Two teaspoons of this is a serving. They got 60 grams of sugar. 30. Let me just clarify. It's 35 grams of sugar and 35 added sugar. So literally, I don't know what
it was. I'm sure loaded with the blue food dye or whatever, just to make it look like.
What are you talking about? No, it's actually real. It's actually real milk.
Huh?
That's actually real milk from whatever creature he was drinking it from.
Oh God.
Why do you think it's $12 a bottle?
Yeah, they showed that at the Disneyland Resort for Star Wars, right? That's where they show you where they milk the cows for the creatures.
The Halcyon Star Cruiser. Do you still have the clip that we reviewed, the atrocious video that we watched about like the fake acting? This kid.
Oh God!
You remember that where he's like, "Hi, hi there. We're gonna go view this. I'm so excited." You still have that? We should review that. That was great. That was great fun.
Oh my God!
We should just
the Halcyon Star Cruiser reveal.
We should just do an audible. We should just at random just talk and review all the stupid stuff we've reviewed the last 107 episodes.
Well, and they if I remember right too, I think they might have deleted that video off of.
It would behoove them to, because it was so bad that the American Twilight with no accent singing jazz.
Oh God, I think I found it.
Did you?
Yep. Hang on.
We really gonna do this on the most holiest of Star Wars days?
Yeah, I feel a little dirty, but Hitman apparently wants to.
Listen.
Do it.
Okay, Palpatine, jeez.
Just chilling in my inner Chiefster. Okay, take your pick. This video or Yoda?
It's not. It wasn't kept up by the static. Is like the hotel is closed. Why would you keep that up? They didn't. This was I think reposted. Yeah, I found this on the YouTube channel Finding the Force. I think somebody reposted it. I don't know. I haven't checked to see if there's commentary over this yet, so we're gonna find out. We're going to find out something dark side, something complete.
Hello there.
I'm super excited to see what you and your team created.
We cannot wait to have you aboard because Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is a first of its kind vacation experience where you get to spend 2 days and 2 nights living out
We're
your very
basically
own
living in a
Star Wars
prison
story.
room.
I'm just too excited. We gotta go and punch it.
Okay, this is like the
So we
abridged
really
version.
focus on making sure we have some of the best entertainment in the galaxy on board. One of which I'm so excited about.
She looked like she was
is
drifting off
Comtrya,
there.
Who's known
It is
throughout the
how it was.
galaxy for all.
He's trying to find a spanking room. Very close enough.
What's going on? I just popped through that door and I.
You're not B. Arthur.
Look above and see the world slowly emerge
Oh.
before your eyes. Feel the
Remember, you
sweat
asked for this.
as the moon begins to rise above.
Turn it off.
Because the music is even more, it sounds even more third modern Star Wars. I can't believe
He's crying.
Oh my god.
So pumped.
Wait a minute, they're supposed to be singing in some incomprehensible alien language. What is this?
Yeah.
This isn't Star Wars.
You know what's funny? What is so funny is that actually happened in real life. That was a thing. No joke.
It is requested you to be kicked, Hitman. I am almost kind of obliged. There we go. Much better.
Here's the thing.
You were so good.
Kick me. This guy actually kicked me.
Oh, I didn't fully kick you. I just remember.
Oh, you dirty dog. I actually did it. You listened to static.
Well, I had you saying do it. So, you know, I was channeling my inner chiefs. They're like,
you slimy scum. You in 107 episodes, you've never done that. You raped bastard.
Done that?
No, 107 episodes, you've never done that. That's the first time in history. On Star Wars Day, you kicked Malgus out of the room.
Yeah, I'm Kyle Katarn, baby. I kick Sith in the junk all the time.
That is going in the diary on May 25th.
On this day, Fractured kicked me from
from our own show. Oh.
I think I even surprised Static there. Yeah, for your FEMA, you missed the song, or you
missed more than the song. This kicking me.
Yeah, welcome to the new world, Hitman. Embrace the song.
I'd rather not.
Aww. And all that corny dialogue and everything. Although I will say I'm appreciative that they at least had just an abridged version and not the full freaking thing, because I didn't want to torture myself that long.
I mean, it's kind of catchy.
You're cruising for a bruising.
He's like, kick him again.
Oh God. I mean, that was the whole Star Cruiser thing. What a mess. Get him, Ray.
We love you, Ray. Use your lightsaber.
I think some of that was the funniest too. The shills in the freaking crowd watching the silly LARP take place. Oh my God.
Never ever watch that again. That'd be great. Thank you. I forgot how bad it was. I was like, oh yeah, not that. It can't be that bad, right? Nope, it was. I think I'd rather watch the Yoda, the Home Depot Yoda. I was
about to say, do you want me to bring back Home Depot Yoda?
You know, probably. I'd probably rather watch Yoda than. That's bad. The whole Halcyon thing was bad.
Oh, it was. It was a colossal dumpster fire, which was hilarious.
And people out here just actually paid money to go.
Not enough people. That thing crashed and burned. Which was very deserving. I believe I have a dramatic reenactment.
Nothing to see here, please.
What else? What else happened? Halcyon
crashed and burned. I mean, that's kind of been their biggest colossal muck up. I mean, yeah, like the Acolyte trailers and stuff like that have been downvoted into oblivion, but you know, I wouldn't say that's
people out here crying over a Bad Batch ending officially.
Yeah, people were I'm sure very broken up about it. Especially Rhino, he's gonna miss his Bad Batch.
And I don't get it. Like, you do like this, the whole show, man, the whole concept of it. Like, you hype this thing up, and then you only go 3 seasons, but you did 8 seasons of Clone Wars. I mean, I don't know. And on 3 is you know, kind of an odd number to end on. But I guess it's telling that they just can't tell stories for anything. And we didn't watch season 3, thank you. So I am in the dark, and I will continue to stay in the dark over this show because I don't want to watch it.
Oh no, yeah, no. I certainly
do I want to watch The Acolyte? Which show did Static want to watch?
Acolyte. First 2 episodes of Acolyte.
Oh, that's the one he wanted to watch?
Well, he's like I said, he's very curious as how much of a dumpster fire it's potentially going to be. If it's going to be
all female Jedis in the temple. You didn't see Hyun Yang, the droid that taught the younglings.
Oh, I wonder if they will show him eventually.
Is this pre-Sabine or post-Sabine?
Way pre Sabine.
You can't say way pre because it's not a millennium before this. It's not a millennium.
Well, I mean, 100+ odd years. Yeah.
I wonder if they'll come in through World Between Worlds. We talked about that, didn't we? If they were gonna like implement that somehow.
I believe when we were looking at the Acolyte trailer, yes, we might have brought up something about because you were saying that it was like it was Kylo Ren or something like that. You were on that kick.
Oh, the Knights of Ren. It's like the guy
the
who started it.
soaring
Yeah.
and
No,
stuff.
absolutely. No,
Yeah.
I listen. Here's the thing, okay? I have said some dumb stuff on this show. I admit I have said some dumb stuff, and I have maybe on occasion I can count on 3 fingers the times I've tried to press your buttons. 3 fingers. Okay. Admit that. Very rarely do I try to press your buttons. There was a point in time
Really?
where I absolutely. Who said that? Was that Caesar or was that you?
That was me.
Oh, it's like Caesar over here exposing me. There may have been a point in time where I made the comment about World Between Worlds, them using it because I didn't think they would be stupid enough to do it. And then, lo and behold, we watched what's the last trash show we watched? Ahsoka,
Yeah,
Anakin's girlfriend show, and they did it right. So now I'm just with all confidence can say that I wouldn't put it past them to do it. It's the
No.
surefire way to retcon the original series, the original trilogy, without actually coming out and retconning it. That's how they get away with it.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid that I'm saying this right now, but I can see them do it. I can see them doing it. Filoni might be listening to the show. He's like, "Oh my god, that's a wonderful idea." After I get back from Salt Lake, I can't do a Dave Filoni impression. Like I just, you do. Go ahead, do Filoni.
No, no. You want
Go get your white sneakers and your cowboy hat.
I don't
Go get your white sneakers,
well,
sneakers and your cowboy hat.
You want some potential pain, supposedly, but this is the thing. I could not actually find any legitimate articles on this, but this had also talked about recently. Dave Filoni has spoken to Lucasfilm about making a live action Clone Wars miniseries, but my sources, bro, so I don't buy into it. No, this is somebody called Reject Scooper on and the person that was the quote unquote source is this Twitter channel, My Time to Shine. Hello. I don't personally buy into it because, like I said, I did a quick Google search, found nothing. So, but the word is out there, guys. we could have our live action Clone Wars with Ahsoka again and everything.
Please don't.
Yes, feel that pain.
Is this just some fan theory? Is this guy like a shill? Saying that
no, like I said, I couldn't find anything.
He wants to do it.
It kind of annoyed me because some people were taking it like fact, and I'm like,
you can't. So here, what I'm about to say, Neotus will disagree, but like because he has said, and Filoni's one of the greatest people out there, and his animation is absolutely fantastic. But the dude can't even do animation. How's he going to do a live action? And they can't even do live action. My goodness, can I just say, like, okay, so I'm going to say this really quick. I'm on season 3, episode 23, I think, of Star Trek, right? And there's an episode where Deanna's mother has to basically get flirty with a Ferengi, which are actually, Filoni kind of resembles the Ferengi a little bit with his hat. But she has to get, all close with this Ferengi and everything. But okay, long story short, they beam down to a planet. So Riker's taking some shore leave, which I think is absolutely a fantastic name for it. But he's on. They take shore leave with him and Deanna, and they're on this planet. I don't know what planet they went on, but it is the most beautiful practical effects, non-CGI. I mean, there is CGI, but like the set that they built was non-CGI, and it was just beautiful. And where was I going with that? That's a great question. Thank you for asking. They can't even do it. They can't even make a set that doesn't resemble a rock crushing plant in California with Obi-Wan and Vader fighting. Like they can't even, like, how's he gonna do it? Like, I'm losing my breath right now. How are they going to make how are they going to do live action? Every live action show that they've done outside Book of Boba has been trash. And I will give Book of Boba credit because that is the only show that they've done where I have found joy out of because it's so bad, and the memes and the gifs.
So bad is bad.
And the fact that they brought Danny Trejo in, and I think that's just fantastic. That whole show was made by Danny Trejo's 30-second appearance.
No, what I figured though, Static, he says Dawson is too old. Rosario Dawson's too old for that shit. They would probably bring the actress who played young Ahsoka in the Ahsoka series when they did their little flashback. And one Disney Star Wars show got really creepy. Like, oh, young Ahsoka. It was fucking weird. Check out Grizzy. He captured that one in 4K. Saying, yeah, more space cartwheels. And hey, Meter Advocate Timon, how's it going? Saying hello to the panel. Let's go. Sorry. But yeah, sources, bro.
He can't do animation.
Oh, without a no. He can't do squat. He can't do live action. No. He can't do.
I wonder. Is Favreau out officially?
Dude, it's like they keep bouncing back and forth with that shit. Who the hell knows at this point?
I guess it's a moot point. It doesn't matter, but I was curious.
I like I said, I just don't know. I don't know what what is potentially going on. So hard to say. Well,
I guess if Acolyte flops, then I guess doors open for any other live action. But
we're supposed to still have the skeleton crew, and they're gonna be working.
What happened with that? Let's talk about that. What happened with the skeleton crew? Wasn't that supposed to be some like non-binary character or something?
I mean, take your pick at this point. What show of theirs isn't supposed to have that as a supposed quote unquote selling point? But
which is really irritating because we know C-3PO was a guy droid, and R2 was a guy droid too. Pretty sure.
I mean, yeah,
like a female. Don't think so.
We still haven't even. I don't even think we've seen anything for the skeleton crew yet either.
No, I wonder if they're gonna. If it was a flop. I mean, it's a flop, but you know what I mean.
Well, like it is. Nothing's come out just yet for it.
We reviewed that like 2 years ago.
Something like that. I want to say.
Because it was who was the guy? Who was the main character? He the main actor is supposed to be. Who was?
Hang on, I have it right here. I was just trying to check the when it's supposed to be coming out. Jude Law.
Yes.
They were kind of touting.
Which, I mean, Jude Law hasn't done anything for a long. He hasn't been in movies for a long time, so maybe I don't know.
I don't follow a lot of this sort of stuff, so I mean, other than trying to keep an eye on what's going on with Star Wars, but yeah. I forget a lot. I forget any of the details that was really coming out about Skeleton Crew.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be a non-binary or.
I know they're supposed to be involving a bunch of kids with the crew, but
I don't know if it was like.
This gets weird.
I think it had anything to do with trans. I think it had to do with like non-binary stuff. I don't remember. I remember we
like I said, I was gonna say, take your pick at this point, dude. It's like,
well, for sure.
So much shit's having that at this point.
So bad.
But I mean, here we can switch on to something else, a little bit different. I was seeing this. I've been hearing this talked about because of OG Star Wars Allura and Tim from United Spaces Alliance, the convention Legends Consortium, which is supposed to be celebrating more of pre-buyout Star Wars, George Lucas era stuff. But like some people have a problem with the fact that they've adopted the Legends title instead of, I think, sticking to like the EU or something like that. But it just says like we at Legends Consortium LLC have created an event known as Legends Con to bring fans together in an environment where we can celebrate our love for the expanded universe. So they do at least bring that up. After our first successful convention in Burbank, California in September 2023, which included appearances of Matthew Stover, Randy Stradley, Michael Stackpole, Barbara Hambly, Craig Miller, Abel G. Pena, Sean Stewart, Henry Gilroy. Whew, long list of people here. But then we have decided once more unite fans of the expanded universe by hosting Legends Con 2. Legends Consortium team consists of fans that host the unofficial community-organized expanded universe-themed charity event known as Legends Con, as we are able. While Legends Con is not sponsored by our affiliate with Lucasfilm Ltd., we communicate with Lucasfilm and have agreed to adhere to their guidelines for Lucasfilm events, which I think has been a source of some drama here or there with this whole convention thing, from the people running it to whatnot. But otherwise, they've been kicking off. Because another person, Matt Wilkins, who's a big expanded universe guy and seems to be kind of this intermediary, especially for like people like Tim from the spacing and damn it, but yeah, like kind of keeping that in line. So and I guess this will be join us at University of Texas in Arlington's College Park Center, March 15th, 16th, 2025 for Legends Con 2, an expanding universe event. And yeah, it's kind of the reason why I wanted to bring it up was because they did have an announcement that they will be having at the event. Mara Jade herself, Shannon Lynn McRandall. She'll be
I'm
appearing.
going. When is the date? When are we going?
March 15th and 16th next year.
And should be in the 200s, right?
And even apparently, Tim from United Space Alliance said, he said, I was a huge part of this, personally communicating with her on Facebook. I'm glad she's going to be able to be there and not canceled for her political views like she was with the prior organizer. Yeah, they went through a lot of restructuring, apparently.
Interesting.
So I think that's at least pretty cool. She's going to be showing up to that.
If somehow someone doesn't cancel her before then and now, or from now,
things can always change, absolutely. But for now, I mean, they're certainly got it part of the announcement, even here on their site. You can You can see her there in the little promo, and then they also have Troy Denning, Kevin J. Anderson, Dan Wallace, Joe Bongiorno, and John Whitman. So they're rallying people in. Kevin J. Anderson looks like too. Did I already? Oh yeah, I already said that. Who did like Tales of the Jedi and Jedi Academy trilogy. Okay, so this is kind of giving some, because I don't know a lot of the names. I do admit. Looks like we have more for Tales of the Jedi audio drama for John Whitman, and also Galaxy of Fear. That author of Dan Wallace here, writer of the Essential Guide series and source book material. We got the Book of Sith and the New Essentials Guide to Characters. Troy Denning, who got What was that? I was trying to see what the titles are of the books. I just know like the Invincible one. That's from the whole Kaitis arc. And yeah, of course, we got Mara Jade there. See Joe Bongiorno, writer, editor, creator of Supernatural Encounters. But yeah, kind of cool. At least there's some way of celebrating the expanded universe in some means, other than just any of us gathering together for a stream and what have you.
I'll be curious if they try to cancel it some way, somehow.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I mean, it was Austin, Texas, so it would not surprise me if somebody doesn't try to. Arlington, Texas at Arlington College. Okay, yeah. If I could, I'd certainly try and go.
This is in Dallas?
Arlington, Texas. Yeah.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump.
A bit. Just a bit.
I don't want to hop the border.
Let's see. I'm just kind of looking at... Oof. 2-day pack. Yikes.
Oh, is it based off the yikes? I'm assuming it's expensive.
Well, I mean, I don't... Oh, okay. So the 2-day packages is more expensive, but the individual day tickets a little less. Hang on. But yeah, over here on utatickets.com, the individual 2-day passes, adults $100, child 2 to 12-year-old $30, family 4-pack 2-day passes. This is where I saw more of the yikes. That's a family 4-pack of 2-day passes. That's $360, and then the individual day tickets you have for adult $50, and so that adds. That's just for like it was if you're doing 2 days, or if you just wanted to do one. But yeah. And then you have parking passes too, but I mean that can be kind of optional. You don't have to.
Uber.
Right. Or if you're close by, just walk down.
Right.
But yeah,
save money. Well, it's cool they're doing that.
Yeah, it's cool to see the expanded universe still being celebrated in some way or another.
They need to call it the EU, not Legends, though.
Let's see. Faulkner said Stackpole wrote some okay BattleTech novels. That's what I've heard. Also said Wilkins has an insane board game collection. He could open a store. Oh, is that a fact? Nice. Hello, Liquid Blake. How's it going? Saying seek out the bush in Texas. There you will find the bush of Hammond of Texas, the true goal. So let's sticking to again some positivity of Star Wars, right? You know how I mentioned I did the whole I joined Nerdy Neo and some of them to talk about my top 5 Star Wars games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd suggest going back and listening to it because it was a lot of fun and we go a lot more into detail and everything, and we also do like runner-ups or honorable mentions, and we just talked about other freaking Star Wars games in between as we're doling out our lists. But so for mine, my number 5, as I mentioned, was Star Wars Galaxies, and then it was Republic Commando, and then it was Knights of the Republic 1. The number 2, Jedi Outcast, and then my number 1 was Shadows of the Empire.
You would do that.
For the very fact of, like I've explained on here, even with our very first episode, Shadows of the Empire was kind of the beginning of knowing that there's that, there's much more characters, much more than just Luke, Han, and Leia and their adventures. And I mean, that in of itself too was such a multimedia event that you not only did you have two video games, you had the N64 and PC version, both had different setups for their for the scenes, for the extra story and stuff like that, for the like cinematics. But then, I mean, on top of it, they composed a whole new score for it, but it mostly was the book and then comic book run. And so, that to me was just kind of like, all right, that as much as you would have figured I would have done Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight or Jedi Outcast as my number one, I was like, I think I'll kind of change it up a bit and go Shadows of the Empire. And funnily enough, Shadows of the Empire got mentioned quite a bit that night, along with some few other random gems here or there as well. So the expanded Bushverse, yeah, we're gonna grow something here besides Bush. And hello, Melee K, saying happy real Star Wars Day. Yes, we are getting into it even more now. And also happy birthday to you, K. You are the lucky winner of being born on the day of Star Wars Day. But okay, so what about you, Hitman? You got a list of like some of the top 5 sort of Star Wars games? I know I'm kind of springing this idea on you, but
oh yeah, I mean,
what would you say?
Mine's different. Mine's way different because the one game I always wanted to play that I want to get into, but I know you and Chaser was like, you're not on that level yet, is Galaxies, because it's like a proper RPG. But for me, man, like you can't. These aren't going to be ranked, but I'll just give you 5 and then I'll rank them. But like Outcast first and foremost, you got KOTOR, obviously.
I was very, very torn on the idea too.
I don't know why you
do I
didn't
go Knights of the Republic 1 or do I need to go Knights of the Republic 2? I was like,
You like Kreia. You do like Kreia.
I do, but I was giving more towards Knights of the Republic 1 because that was definitely the more complete game. So KOTOR 2 was released in such a broken state that I was like, I'm gonna actually ding it for that.
They released a was that a complete version, or you can
they now have like basically the release version with the whole mod and stuff like that with the extended content and all that.
Oh come on, it was less broken than most modern games.
No, this is a fact, but I look at it more within that period of time. But you're right. You're right.
But yeah, so Outcast, KOTOR 1. I've got there with Republic Commando, man. Probably just nostalgia playing Republic Commando. I haven't played it for years, but Republic Commando was really, really fun. Shadows of the Empire, the Nintendo 64 game. I remember playing.
That was the main one that I played too.
Yeah, can't beat that. I forget who's the main character in that game.
Of Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah.
Dash Rendar.
That's right, Dash Rendar.
Kind of seen as a bit of a Han Solo clone, but
yes,
he's a little
I remember that.
More brash dick than
I was gonna say, especially in the book, he was like a huge dick.
Yeah, very arrogant, sure of himself, a lot more than kind of Han was presented. Gets humbled, but there's still that he still has a bit of that throughout the book.
Yeah, then I had to probably, I don't know. I haven't played as many as yet, but Academy was really fun just because you can kill Kyle, and I thought that's cool.
I always look at Academy as the expansion pack to Jedi Outcast, not like its own separate game, but I kind of see this as expansion because it really does just feel like, okay, copy paste, but we're doing a few things a little differently. Fook Norris says for him, Empire at Wars is number 1, but Republic Commando and KOTOR are close. Empire at War is a fun game. I just wish the ground combat was better than it was. The space combat was basically where it was at.
I just don't think you beat KOTOR, man. And I just
It's a big one, yeah. And yeah, the platforming in Jedi Outcast kills it for me. I get that, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I just keep playing older games. It doesn't bother me as much. So, like I said, I might be a little biased just because I keep playing older games versus newer games to adapt that. So, and hey, Shaka Zulu, how's it going, dude?
So you didn't even put KOTOR in your top 5.
You know, KOTOR was number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I remember trying to say it wasn't your top. It wasn't your top.
It was not my number
Which
1.
kind of makes sense because I mean this is coming from the same guy when I got my hardcover Empire Shadows in the Empire Fractured had certain
All
words.
right, Zach, have a good one, dude. Thanks for dropping by, I guess.
You had choice words when I found the hardcover of the book, so that makes sense. It'd be your number 1. What's Sheepsters? What did
you say, Sheepster? What do you got cooking for us, brother?
Well, of course, first is SUTOR, the best Star Wars game of all time.
Shithead.
Because my Rancor kicks ass.
Yeah.
Then Jedi Survivor.
The orange one. The ones with the orange spikes.
That's right.
I mean, my lists are pretty much identical to your guys's.
So. No, it's the canteen. It's the Cantina edition.
Spikes are orange.
As Dan Blackroad says, Empire at War and Forces of Corruption. The cinematic button was awesome for battles. It was like, especially just like I said, the space battles were just fantastic in that game. That was like the cream of the crop. Was getting to play those space battles, and then yeah, like you say, hit the cinematic mode and just kind of watch the fight take place. And they did a really good job with the little animations and stuff like that. And you know what's funny though is that as we were all talking about all these different Star Wars games, some of them got brought up that I'd completely forgotten about. Like, I don't know, Sheepster, if you remember this, but we did have it back in the day. It was the Phantom Menace PC game, and I don't remember if you remember how it was kind of an isometric style top-down game and everything.
Isn't it also the PS1 game? Because we had it for the PS1. So
oh, we had it for PC, I believe.
We did. I don't.
Jedi Power Battles, I think, is more what you're thinking of for the PS1 game, possibly, but. I for some reason I remember it as us having it on PC for some reason.
I mean, I totally remember it, kind of, but it was really weird.
It really was. I wanted to see if I could find a trailer or something for it.
Like at one point, you go visit Jabba on Tatooine, don't you?
It was such a janky game too. But no, I mean it was just basically getting to play through.
I don't think I ever got past like Tatooine either. I always wanted to get to Darth Maul, but never got that far. The jank was strong with this one.
It really was. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, as Dan Blackroyd says, the Phantom Menace had a really great PC game. I believe this is gonna be the one I'm talking about. I found a different trailer. English. Where's the gameplay? I said I remember this game being so jank too.
Those are better graphics than the Clone Wars.
Well, no lies detected, sir. Yeah, I always remember getting stuck on Tatooine when you fell into the pit of Jabba's palace, I think it was. And it was just like difficult as shit to get out of it. Platforming. Oh, you want to talk? You want to talk about frustrating platforming? God, this game is right there, dude. It was very frustrating to try and play that. But yeah, that was episode 1 Phantom Menace game. Which, like I said, I wanted to say we had it on PC.
Those really good graphics. I don't know why people say they're janky for.
No,
like,
I mean,
people say it's janky and like they forget this game came out. And
the gameplay was very goofy, very kind of like I said, that top-down style did not lend itself very well to what they were doing. It would have been better a little more down and third person, but they kind of chose that weird like isometric style of gameplay, like it was an action RPG, which
were
it
people
wasn't.
complaining about this game back in 2000, or they're complaining about it now?
No complaints that I'm hearing about. I'm just talking about for the time. It felt that way. But I still enjoyed it. I still had fun playing it.
As I watched people start, complain about this game, it was done in the 2000s. Give it a break.
God dang it. Dan Blackroyd says you needed a 3D accelerator graphics card to play it. And I was able to play that game. And I didn't even know what the hell I was doing back then because I was very, very fresh to PC gaming at the time. I had no clue. I had a buddy of mine that introduced me to the whole thing. I was very new to it. So I just happened to have a PC. I think it was a compact Presaria too. I was able to play it. And says, pretty sure they brought out 2 games at the same time nearly. And this and Gungan Frontier, which was like SimCity, but of just the animals of Naboo. I don't remember that one. I mean, I do remember like they had, of course, the Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer game. That game was fun as hell. And I remember playing the bejesus out of that game.
For Nintendo 64?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So much fun. And I kept getting recommended to check out the freaking Lego Star Wars games, which I'm like,
Yeah, no, I mean, don't know how I feel about Lego games.
Yeah, I remember Tatooine had heaps of extra stuff with the Huss. That was a funny thing. Like they did add more to everything going on, so it was pretty fun. And hello, Brendan Trent. How are you doing? Saying hello there, General Kenobi. And Real Wade Nation Gaming. Hello, saying Empire at War is best. It's definitely a great RTS. Again, I just wish the land combat was better, kind of like Force Commander was. Like if you just took the Force Commander ground combat and then married it with Empire at War, it'd be then Empire at War would be just the king. Because I mean, Empire at War already did such a great job with the space aspect. So Brandon Trent says, was the Phantom Menace PS1 as good as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone game on PC? I never played that, so I could not tell you which would have been the better of the two. And I'll also give like a nice little honor, little mention too. And I know this is kind of where we got like our introduction to characters like Plo Koon and stuff. Jedi Power Battles. This game is also a blast. I think like once you beat the game, you unlock Darth Maul. miss little things like the stream itself, hopefully pausing certain things on my side will help that a bit. Oh, I forgot her name, but like, yeah, she has like a red lightsaber. Remember, it wasn't until current year that we had female Star Wars characters.
We played that tons.
Dude, we did. Power Battles was fun as hell.
How many hours did you play it growing up?
Oh, I don't know. Like,
Countless.
you know, back in those days, it's just on the PlayStation and stuff like that. It's not like we had things like we do now where, you know, Steam will record your X amount of hours of playtime.
Yeah.
And all that. So, yeah, it's like, no clue how long we actually spent playing it, but it was a lot. I mean, it was just games like that we played, you know. The only game I've not played all the way through is the Revenge of the Sith game on PS2, which I've started a bit of it. It's fun.
Do you have any trailers? Well, we probably don't have trailers for Nintendo 64.
Sure. Which one were you? Yeah. Let's see. Shadows of the Empire N64. Even Real Age Nation Gaming Empire Wars best, as in game of the year. the GOT. Meteor Advocate Timon says, if like the franchise and the Lego games, you will have fun. Yeah, I had Melee Games suggesting to eventually get this whole Skywalker saga. Which I'm like, he's like, just get it on sale. I'm like, I might. Dan Black Red says Revenge of the Sith on PS2 is pretty good. Yeah, like I said, I've played through some of it already. I just need to, because I stopped at around the when Obi-Wan was trying to go after Grievous. But I'll have to get back to the game, and I should probably do it like a stream for it or something. But I want to get through what she calls it, Knights of the Republic 2 first. Get through that first, and then let's see. Let me just try and see trailer. Because they have the Kenner toy line commercial for Shadows of the Empire. Yeah, that was the other thing. They had like the whole toy line for Shadows of the Empire as well.
Prepare yourself for Star Wars, Shadows of the Empire. The evil Empire has struck back with a vengeance, and a new villain, the crime lord Shizor, schemes to replace Darth Vader as the Emperor's second in command. With Han Solo held frozen in carbonite by bounty hunter Boba Fett, it's the rebellion's darkest hour. Now, join Jedi warrior Luke Skywalker, hard-charging Chewbacca, and go undercover with heroic pilot Dash Rendar and his booming Outrider. But can Han Solo be freed and she's already stopped in Star Wars, Shadows of the Empire? Look for the authentic figures and vehicles from Kenner.
Oh, the nostalgia.
Dude, it's funny how much stuff they put together for Shadows of the Empire. It's funny. It really is. Like, they put together a lot of stuff for it.
Now I want to go back and play it.
OG Battlefront 2 2005 is GOAT. It had better campaign than 2017 Battlefront 2. Oh, without a doubt, Brandon. Without a doubt. Where you actually got to play as the Empire. Played as the 501st. Hunting down and killing filthy rebel scum with the Empire side of it. But, oh my... did you ever play through that campaign, Hitman?
Which one?
Battlefront 2 from 2005.
I have the original Battlefront when I think they introduced the Battle of the Heroes. I think that's the old. Was that the old Battlefront? I think I have two too. Yeah, I have Battlefront 2
from 2005.
Was it two or was there two Battlefront 2s?
So there's the 2005 Battlefront 2, and then like Brandon Trent mentioned, the 2017 Battlefront 2, which was...
I may have the 2017.
So far.
Yeah. I should have bought that package of games, all the Star Wars games that were like $150 or something like that. And I didn't.
But yeah, the original Battlefront 2 had you go through the whole campaign under the 501st, and you had Tamora Morrison doing the narration. Of course, since he's being the clone, you're playing as the clones and everything. And I mean, they really do kind of have some tragic moments for the clones too, because like there's a point where you have to go back to Kamino because the Kaminoans were trying to rebel against the beginning fledglings of the Empire or the Republic or something like that, and you have to end up killing the new batch of your clone brothers and stuff like that. And
it's just good play it then.
It's a good campaign. Like that's another thing I'll have to play through again one day.
Yeah, I can't remember. I have it, but maybe it was that's really good, familiar.
Blake, he said yes. Was it Force Unleashed that has the training mode where you lightsaber duel hologram characters or maybe robots? It's a robot that can take on holographic appearances of characters. Yes. And like even in the beginning cutscene, he takes the appearance of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So yeah, I believe that was what was happening. I don't know if you fight other characters or not, but that was certainly like one they showed off in that game.
Yeah. Oh, and now all we have is the freaking EA games.
Well, and eventually the Ubisoft game Outlaws.
That hasn't come out yet?
Has not yet come out, no. But it will eventually.
A lot of people are hyped about that game. Almost as much as they're hyped about the Assassin's Creed game.
Oh God, I don't understand why though. Considering we saw that gameplay and it was just a very basic bitch cover shooter style game for Outlaw. That was, and maybe like some typical Ubisoft open world bullshit.
Yeah.
So it was like I'm not seeing the big appeal here. Brandon Tran saying 2017 Battlefront 2, too much microtransactions for all the characters, including Maul. Yeah, and I remember trying to dissuade as many people from buying that game. Like I mentioned, like when it came out and I was selling it to people, I was telling them everything that's gone wrong with that game. At that time, I'm like, beware. This is what you're walking into with this fucking game. Some people listened. Some people found me to be an obnoxious twat. Take your pick. You know, it is what it is. But I've always been, you know, yeah, I'll tell people in person and stuff like that. It's like, no, do your best to avoid this. Do not encourage these horrendous practices. Or at least it's like, hey, this is what's going on in this particular game, by the way.
All bad.
Blackbird says, yeah, I remember Luke too as a bonus fight. And saying, speaking of games, have you played X-Men Origins Wolverine movie tie-in game? That game was a lot of fun. Like just to have Wolverine take the battle damage and watch him regenerate was really cool. I think he even regrew his shirt, which was pretty funny. But I like that game. Like it was fun just for the kind of gimmick that they had for it that I remember. Let's see. Another on the subject of video games. Let me bring it up really quick. So that I don't think we went over this trailer. We did go over like the cutscenes being remastered and stuff like that. But here is the proper trailer that General Tantor put out for his mod Jedi for the Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith Remastered 3.0 trailer. And hopefully things are... Oh, shit. All right.
I think the guy needs to turn the music down a little bit, though.
Yeah. I don't know how he's suddenly playing as Luke. Must be some extra content in the game. Or maybe that was part of the game. I think I've seen it where you. scratching some of the extra settings there. Might get this sort of stuff in for a trailer launch, especially when I don't hear any commentary. This is when you're playing as Kyle in the first, yeah. Definitely worth checking out. You don't have to wait on any official remasters and everything like that. I've already played through the other versions of this game, of this mod and everything. General Tantor has done a great job with it. I definitely want to check out the 3.0 version at some point. I do. Well, I shouldn't say. I have it installed and ready to go. I just need to actually jump in and play a bit of it and check it out, because it's definitely great that, you know, now pause. Like, now you actually got the new models in the cutscenes, really enhancing that end of the game. I think, which I think that some of these are like this kind of ported models from like Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast, because I want to say like that's what this model in particular from Mara Jade is from, because I know I've seen it from in being used in like the Jedi Academy mod movie battles for Mara Jade and everything. So
you need to turn down the music in that trailer.
Yeah, I almost want to see it, like, not like, I think he's done better trailers before when we looked at this, but yeah, could use a little tweaking here or there. But otherwise, it's definitely showing off like the enhanced like textures and stuff like that for the game, which I think is really cool. That you still have people that are going back to these older games and like just doing some modifications to kind of make it, and it is to make it more playable, but also visually more appealing for some people, because some people don't like the dated graphics look.
I kind of do.
Has its own charm nowadays, I think.
Maybe just nostalgia.
Could be. But yeah, some nice little positive.
Makes me want to go back and play the old games.
I mean, that's why what I like doing, nothing but just playing the old games, going back and doing that.
Just uninstalling all my Battlefront games and just buying everything on Steam.
Getting them all there.
Yeah, man, because it's like it was Rogue Squadron, I think is what it was. Rogue Squadron. The last EA game we got, which was trash because you like advertised. Was it Rogue Squadron? It was one of the where it advertised like you were gonna play like majority of the Empire as the Empire, and you played like a fourth, if that, and then you're just the rebel the whole time.
That was the Battlefront 2 game.
Oh yes, Battlefront 2. I'm sorry, yes, Battlefront 2. Trash. Fire Squadron, or what was it?
Oh, and then yeah, they had Squadrons. That was the other one that they had.
Squadron, yeah. Trash. Not surprisingly, they made Battlefront 2 into a book, apparently.
Oh, the most recent Battlefront 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty crazy when you look at it too. Like, here is like even just the list that I found really quick on Wikipedia for old old Star Wars games, starting with like A New Hope. You had, because I mean, back in the day, they had the arcade release, which I heard like some of the arcade cabinets for this old Star Wars games were really cool. Because some of them were like the full, either like a full on kind of like flight sim thing, but they had a bunch of them. So like they have like the iterations of A New Hope going all the way to 93. Super Star Wars, which I don't know if you remember at all, Hitman, but if you wanted the old games that were tough as nails, Super Star Wars is definitely it. I remember playing
Galaxies.
Oh, dude, like these were old 2D side-scrolling platformers and did not hold your hand at all. I still remember how it took us forever just to get to the damn sandcrawler for Super Star Wars
game. Oh, that one.
Yeah. Just because, like I said, it didn't really hold your hand and never had the instruction manual, since we would usually rent it from like Blockbuster or something. And yeah, but I mean, it's just funny how you just look at it. It's like all they had a bunch of a bunch of games for the Phantom Menace. And there was even, what was it? It was on Xbox, Obi-Wan. I have never played this game.
Never?
Never. And I'll have to try and look for it to play it. Because it actually doesn't look half bad. But yeah, like I said, I just never played this one. Because I was never an Xbox person. I was mostly between PlayStation and Nintendo. I kind of snubbed my nose at Xbox for a long time. Have you played it?
No, but I'm saying you need to play it. So you tell me that I need to play it.
I mean, it's funny. Even Attack of the Clones had their fair share. The Jedi Starfighter game was a lot of fun. I remember. I didn't really play a lot of these, mainly because I didn't have a Game Boy Advanced as well. But then, like, some games just kind of passed by me. But I remember the Jedi Starfighter for sure. And like I said, I didn't get around to Revenge of the Sith, but I need to play it all the way through. Had played Republic Commando.
The old Xbox one?
I definitely skipped all of these. The freaking Filoni Clone Wars video game tie-ins. Never went near those. And of course, now it's like the Legend franchises. X-Wing, TIE Fighter, of course, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, X-Wing Alliance. And of course, we got the Jedi Knight series. I call it the Kyle Katarn saga. All the way from Dark Forces to Jedi Academy. Rogue Squadron, I remember that, playing that on the N64 for sure. I don't know if you ever did.
I played, the were they Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
I remember, I distinctly remember Shadows of the Empire, the pod racing. I remember, I thought that, and I told you, like, my uncle had an old, had to have been some type of old X-Wing game on his Mac. His Macintosh. That's how old it was.
Either like X-Wing Alliance or something like that.
Because I remember this. I'm showing you my age. He had a laptop, but it was a big laptop. But he had the mouse pad was in the middle. It was before they even had
the clit. Yeah.
Yes. This is before they even had mouse pads. It was like a little red velvet dot thing in the middle, and that's how you moved it.
I remember having a laptop that had it and playing like
and if you didn't have
like Aliens vs Predator 2 on it, and man, I really liked that.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if you didn't have a flight stick for that game, it's so hard.
Huh? Oh yeah, absolutely. You needed a flight stick to play those
games.
I'm
saying you played on his laptop. I remember playing on it with the little red thing, and it was so hard. But he also had a flight stick that, for the laptop, you had to make do.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
like the old. This is shows our age. Was there an old before Modern Warfare Counter-Strike? Did you ever play
yeah.
Counter-Strike on the laptop?
Yeah.
Dude, these kids don't know what it's like to play Counter-Strike.
Oh,
I'd
God,
rush
yeah,
home
you're into
from
something
run
else.
rush home from school. Wouldn't even do my homework. Hop on my friend's house who he had a computer. He had it. And we would hop on and play Counter Strike for hours, and that was the inception of Modern Warfare. The inception of just getting pwned.
Oh yeah, and Masters of Terrascasi,
Yeah,
a very very poor. Like it had, if they just like tuned up the fighting mechanics a little bit more, this actually could have been a really great fighter. And unfortunately, we haven't had a Star Wars fighting game, I think, since.
yeah.
But man, like, you want your thumb to go raw trying to do some of the combat moves and stuff like that. Just even throwing your lightsaber and everything at people. Whew. But I mean, that game I always credit as the game that introduced me to Mara Jade, because she was an unlockable character in that game. And I remember earning her an alternate costume for Leia. The unlocks for Vader. I want to say I think the Empire Strikes Back Luke. Hang on, I gotta look. I got to know. I know I just remember playing the hell out of that game. Let's see. The cheats will probably tell me. Yeah, Jodo Cost was another one. Mara Jade. Slave Leia was the Leia you could unlock. There was a Stormtrooper as well. Like I said, Darth Vader. Some of the characters that earned were a pain in the ass. But it was always really funny because they had a Gamorrean and a Tusken Raider that were playable characters, and they had the funniest sounding names when the announcer would say them, because then if you put it together, the Tusken Raider, I believe, was Hoar, Hoar, and then the Gamorrean was Thok, Thoq, Akok.
Bradley would be correcting you right now. They're
like Hoar versus fuck.
Yeah. Bradley would be correcting you right now because they're people of sand.
Yes, the people of sand.
Thank you. People of sand is what they refer as themselves to.
Brandon says old games from PS1 to PS3 era had better gameplay than current games, which has glitches and needs patches. Day one patches, even. Yeah. Fuknora says I had the Empire Strikes Back Atari 2600 game. Dang, nice. You versus never-ending onslaught of AT-ATs. Oh no. Oh, the Atari. Brandon Trent says, was the reason behind why some companies abandoned the idea of movie tie-in games like Raimi's Spider-Man 1 game because it was too expensive hiring Hollywood actors to voice characters? Maybe. That might be a case for it, yeah. I mean, Raimi's Spider-Man 2 game is still top tier in my book. But I'd imagine, yeah, keep trying to hire some of these high paying actors is not easy. I mean, they've already got enough of a bloated budget for marketing and shit. I imagine that's why they'll usually get one big celebrity, market the shit out of them that they're in their game, and then kind of like they did with Oblivion and Patrick Stewart. Even though you also had Sean Bean in the game, but they like marketed the shit of, oh, we have Patrick Stewart in the game for all of 10 minutes, and then he gets killed. But yeah, I can imagine that would be a case for it, which is like, I wish they had tied the Spider-Man, the most recent, like the Spider-Man 1 game, more to what they were doing with Marvel, because it feels disjointed when you do not maintain that consistency while you have like this other stuff going on. It's like, well, why not just lump them together, kill two birds with one stone, and just do your tie-in game. But those games are shit anyways. Fuck them. So, don't know how much more you wanted it. I don't know if you're on a time limit there, Hitman.
It's
Or are
about
you
the same
good?
time as last week, probably 7's when.
7? Okay.
Yeah. We can keep going for a little bit. I don't know. This episode's 40 minutes. Come try.
Yeah, Tin Man. Let's see.
I about called you, so I was watching. Well, I'll just say, so there's a episode.
34 minutes. Yeah.
There's an episode in Star Trek season 3 that's called Tin Man. I about yelled at you. I almost called you. I was like, no, there's no way. But it had nothing to do with come try. Had everything to do with an asteroid. But I got nervous.
Having some PTSD flashbacks to Comtrya.
Yes.
Too funny. Too funny. Oh God. Let's see. Trying to think of what would be. So let's see. Yeah, like I guess even we have had this recently. OG Star Wars posted this little video of George Lucas calls out big studios' lack of creativity, always doing remakes.
What will cinema become in 10 years?
Same thing as it is now. There's one thing that's really, what happens now, and it happens in streaming probably more than features, but features are the same thing. Nobody knows what to do. The stories they're telling are just old movies. Let's do a sequel. Let's do another version of this movie. There's no, and it's not just in movies, but in almost everything. There's no original thinking. It's like people just, I saw something, let's do something like that.
Yeah.
And it's also the way the movies are sold. If you go in and say, I've got something that you've never seen before, and you don't understand it, it's very hard to get a deal. I mean, you can do it, but it's like those big studios, they don't want that. They want something that is like something they've seen. Because they don't have an imagination to come up with, to see something that isn't there. I mean, I got Star Wars done mainly because at the same time I was writing the script, I hired an artist to draw pictures of what I was doing because I knew I couldn't describe what it was impossible. But when you see the pictures, you say, oh, I get it. And that was really what made the movie.
So he's been kind of out saying more of kind of what he's iterated in the past.
Is this recent?
Yeah.
He's alive, folks.
I'm sure it's somebody's puppeteering him, right? Oops.
Well, that begs the question: are they, or is he talking on his own volition?
No, I think he's talking on his own. This is kind of consistent with like even what he said with the Disney going in a different direction than him, than what his Star Wars is, his philosophy and stuff like that is his 6 movies. So I think it kind of still harkens a bit to that, and he's always been kind of you know, on one hand, he was the big independent that broke away from the Hollywood system to do Star Wars, to build his own company and all that. But then what happens at the end of the day? He ends up selling it to the biggest corporation of them all.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's not wrong when he's talking about, you know, how people, I mean, even if you try to bring original ideas or anything, it gets shut down real fast. I mean, we see that even, I mean, that's the funny thing. Like, even with gaming, that's been an issue for the longest time as well, because look at how often, even back then, even back in the 90s and stuff, you had games that were popular, like originally Doom or Wolfenstein. And then you had immediately like people kind of cloning it a bit, but slapping their own kind of skin on top of it. You had Duke Nukem, Strife, and other games that came along for it. But, you know, sparsely at times did you get like, oh, I mean, not in the 90s. We certainly had a lot more original content, but you still had people kind of aping the more popular games to kind of ride that wave. And then I think as time went on, it got more and more prevalent.
No, I think he hit it. I mean, like I said, man, I don't know whether that doesn't even matter. What I'm going to say is I agree with what he's saying there. There's no original thinking. There's no creativity. There's no original thinking. It's just pure laziness. It's robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's let's create a character. Let's steal from George and make our own character, but we're too dumb enough to even, you know, we'll just throw like some slight differences in there just so people, yeah, like it's stupid. And again, we've said it over and over again, and anybody who sits there and says it's not true, like it is. And I'll go back to Andor. Andor is a perfect example. Andor is literally Kyle Katarn. The only difference between the two, like I've said multiple times, and I'll continue to say, the only difference is Andor was a chef. Imperial chef.
The Imperial chef.
Right? Like there's no creativity. And I don't know why that is. You know, I used to think that this whole lack of creativity was just exclusive to like within Star Wars, like our show and what we talk about. No, it's everything.
Oh yeah, it's been prevalent for a long. Like
I don't know anything about New Trek, right? Like Bradley, like we need to get Bradley on here, man, because the dude's like just not only can he find a way to send you to jail when you haven't done anything, probably he knows everything there is to know about Star Trek. But it's like they did it with Star Trek, and I have my Star Trek knowledge is minute, right? I know nothing of Star Trek, right? But what I can tell you is watching Next Generation and 3 seasons in, there hasn't been a bad episode. There hasn't been an episode that I've watched and said I could do without that episode. It's fantastic. The creativity, the character development, the chemistry, like it's all there, man.
Right.
And why? And again, it's like, why can't we have that today? What? And I'm starting to think that it's just this master plan of some sort. I can't tell. Like, it's not a working theory. It's a theory. It may not be working, but like, it's this day and age. Like, I don't watch TV, man. Like, I don't watch TV. I don't keep up with shows or anything, like what have you. But like, I can count on maybe two fingers how many like good shows I've recently watched within the last couple of years, and they're NCIS, the original with Mark Harmon, and Blue Bloods. Anything else, it's just nothing. It's a nothing burger. Maybe I'm biased because Tom Selleck was Magnum PI and Mark.
He does have that going for him, yes.
But I mean, it's just, yeah, to his point, it's just lack of creativity. It's like, but look at every show that they've come out with. There's no,
God, I know,
man. They can't even get the costume right, dude. The Rhodians look like you said it yourself, man. Cad, you coined the phrase "cad bane sausage fingers."
Yeah.
Like, so again, in 2023, 2024, we come up with this trash costume, but we can come up with one of the most glorious looking Klingon, like even the Ferengi, as ugly as they are. I mean, they're literally related to Filoni, man. But as ugly as they are,
I love that.
like, look at it, man. Like, look at that creativity. Like, that's some ugly. Those are something like Roddenberry must have had like an I don't know, ex-wife. I don't know how he came up with them, but like,
I don't know if he came up with too much of the aliens for Next Generation, but
I didn't know if the Ferengi were original series or not. But
no, they were introduced in Next Generation.
I would assume he did because he died in 91 and it debuted in 87. So I'm assuming that he had some type of. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is like, look at the aliens, the aliens in Star Trek, man. The Romulans, the Vulcans, like the creativity, the Borg, man. Why don't we have that? I think it's just like.
Well, I think we discussed that last week.
We did
basically
and you've said it. You say it all the time. It's just a lack of passion. So it's like let's just get it on the resume, man. Put it on the resume because anything Star Trek and Star Wars, like it's gonna like, it's good to have on a resume.
Before is this like nobody wants to take chances with certain things anymore. They want to go with the safe and easy route more than anything. It's no longer about trying something new or anything like that. So
no, but does that not bother you? Does that not make your mind just go down a rabbit hole? Why in 1987 we can have this show, and I'll leave it. Hell, you know what? I'll even say the original series because I watched it growing up with my dad. I can't tell not consecutively, but like why man? This is. When was the original? I mean, 87. That's how I'm bad at math. I can't tell you. Like over what 40 years, 30 years. About 30. No, like 30, 34 years. No, 30, 38 years ago.
For Next Generation, when that released?
87. Yeah, that's at least 38 years ago. This came out.
Right.
This came out, and we have a fantastic show. The original series came out in ran from 63 to 65. Is that right? So 66 to 69. I think
1966 was
1966, right? So we are
this for being seasons,
right? And I need to sue actually Roddenberry because it was a 5-year mission and they did it in 3. So false advertising there, but no, like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just will we ever get another? Will we get might be a subjective question, but will we ever get another Roddenberry? Will we ever have another Lucas as far as directing goes, or the creativity that they brought to the table? And to think that like, we never will. Like it's crazy, right? Because like, what stopped them from being creative? Like, yeah, there's probably a gift there. Like you just are gifted with having that ability, but is it just exclusive to Roddenberry's? I don't know what his era was. I know he died in 91, so I don't know when he was born, but that era, right? And then Lucas, like, is the creativity just exclusive to their time period? Why can't we be creative today? And I guess it might be different because I guess our definition of our definition of creativity. Like when I think of creativity, it's Star Trek, it's Star Wars, right? That's my like I don't know what yours is, but the creativity today is not the creativity of yesterday. Well, that's the point, Jake. I mean, you should embrace that because as creativity, that's why creativity is creative.
I just don't think it's being fostered as much, or there's just not.
There's a difference between creativity and throwing. Yeah.
Or nobody has the life experience to bring something creative to the field. I don't know.
No, you can't like. Here's the thing. You have to like the chances that they both took. And George said it himself. Like he like. How did he get Star Wars how did he get people to invest in Star Wars? Like, how did he get that on film? Like, he had to go and pitch this idea, and they probably thought he was smoking shrooms. Probably nobody ever, I mean, Alex Guinness himself was like, he was, we reviewed a clip where he was like, he was skeptical at first or something, and then he wished he would have asked for more money because it became a hit. Like, Alex Guinness came from the theater. This is crazy. This is bonkers. This story's bonkers, right? Like, to back then they probably thought he was crazy. So there's a difference between creativity and just throwing crap on a wall and seeing if it sticks, or your create. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to judge. Like, everybody's a critic, the same. But like, I'm just saying, like, if you're telling me that everything that Disney, Lucasfilm has come out with is creative, like, bro, we have to sit at the table and discuss creativity, because that's not creative in the slightest. Comparatively speaking, if you take it up against George or Roddenberry, it's not even subpar. I could be less irritated with subpar. It's not subpar. It is literally trash. It is lazy writing. It is terrible character development. You don't even have like, you shouldn't even call them characters, because like, you can't even develop them. Like, why Rey's considered a character? Like, there's nothing you can do to make Rey good. And that's just my opinion. I'm sure maybe other people who are probably maybe
Script Trooper and what he's been doing, so I don't know if he has
I just
managed to put together
and you're sexist. No, I'm not. I love Marjade. Not sexist in the slightest. I just think that character is just trash. Could have probably, maybe she could have been, maybe, right, with the right person, but I just, with what was done, no, she's trash. Mary Sue character. And I don't know that this would be a question for Tim and Laura. I don't know, within like the EU, has there ever been a Mary Sue character? I honestly don't know. I want to say no, because I would assume that George would never let that happen, or anybody who wrote for the EU.
Some people did originally see Mara Jade a little bit like that initially.
Mary Sue? Mara Jade, Mary Sue? Really?
I think there might have been some rumors about that. I've seen like some comments around. I forget the reasoning exactly.
What is your so what's the definition of Mary Sue?
I think we've gone over that, haven't we?
We did. I've just for since the Star Wars day, and I want my memory to be refreshed.
Hang on. Now. So yeah, what does Mary Sue mean? Mary Sue is a term used to describe a fictional character, usually female, who is seen as too perfect and almost boring for lack of flaws. Originally written as an idealized version of an author in fan fiction.
No, Marjade was not perfect, because she like dated Talon Karrde, did she not? Didn't she have something for Talon Karrde? Huh?
No, she was just like an employee of his.
I thought they were doing something.
I've seen comments around about that. Like, I don't remember all the context behind it, but I remember it being mentioned, or at least that she was not as favorable until she was written into more books and stuff like that. Some people thought Timothy Zahn did a little bit too much favoritism towards her.
In the original Thrawn theory, or
not in there, like, because he wrote more than just the Thrawn trilogy.
Those aren't canon. Those are just Disney trash books.
No. Pre Disney.
Real? What? Hold on. Outside the Thrawn, Rise of what? Oh my goodness!
There's a Thrawn trilogy and duology that he did.
What's the duology?
I'm surprised you're such a big Thrawn fan and you didn't know.
Well, no, because the only book. I mean, there's Heir to the Empire. Last Command. Well, I think that's the last one. But what's the middle one? Ugh.
So there's Heir to the Empire, Dark Forces Rising,
yes.
Last Command, and then of course there is Outbound Flight, but that was a prequel sort of thing.
Oh, okay, yes. I forgot.
Hang on, I'm trying to. I believe. Yeah, those.
I'm a boob. I did forget about Outbound Flight.
Hand of Thrawn duology, Spectres of the Past, and Vision of the Future. Those were the other two.
I thought those two were focused on Well, I guess it would be Han or it would be Luke and Mara, huh?
So yeah, like
I will admit I do not know every single book in EU.
I don't
But
know.
now that you bring it up,
I knew those ones in particular.
Those two are based off Luke and Mara. Then,
well, that I believe it's like in Visions of the Futures where the kind of relationship gets solidified.
It started in Heir to the Empire. No, I mean they were playing hard to get left. They were playing hard to get left and right.
A little bit. She was still kind of doing the whole like, giving them
what you did for what you did to my family.
A little, but like, of course, that got blown away thanks to her killing Luke.
Yeah,
but yeah. Let me get to some of these comments really quick. Brandon Tran saying, latest news of Pablo Hidalgo saying George Lucas enjoyed the Kenobi show. Sounds like clickbait compared to what he said in the past interviewers. Disney are white slavers. Yeah, I heard about that. Like any rumor and stuff like that certainly comes out, or any kind of quote unquote news. Without Lucas on camera, I'll definitely take it as with a severe grain of salt. I will not really believe it until I see it. And then it says George obviously is done with Disney. J.R.R. Tolkien's son, Chris Tolkien, didn't trust Jeff Bezos and Amazon with rights of Lord of the Rings. That's right. Sparta Chris, how's it going, man? Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing well. It says, been told the lie. You have to go to school. You have to have money from the corporations. You have to have the unions. That's right. It's so funny, especially nowadays. Like the independent sphere has so many viable options that it's like, why are people so stuck on the old way or the old traditional way of doing things? Like, no, you've got so many options now, and if you can present a good project, you have the opportunity of finding either investors or even crowdfunding and stuff like that. Although, thanks to a lot of shysters out there, crowdfunding does have a bit of a bad stink on it. But I mean, if you can show that you are reliable and everything like that, you can put together their projects. Shit, yeah. I just don't understand why people aren't taking advantage of it more. Spartacus also says, there is an issue between making something that appeals to the customers back then versus appealing to corporation heads today. Yeah, now they have their checklists of everything they have to abide by. Brandon Trent says, if companies were creative today, they should create something original instead of retelling the same story we've already seen. Example, Batman Mask of Phantasm versus the Flash 2023 movie. Well, I mean, they
Phantasm. What's the comparison? What's the comparison between them?
He says, example, Batman Mask of Phantasm versus the Flash 2023 movie.
Well, Mask of Phantasm is absolutely fantastic.
I need to watch it.
Absolutely.
I'm not all the way through in a long time. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Absolutely.
But I can't remember sitting through and watching it all the way.
We need to do like a we should do a I don't know, we do a live stream. We should watch it. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, definitely needs to be considered essential. If you're a Batman animated fan, Kevin Conroy, absolutely need to watch it, hands down.
Like I said, I've seen bits and pieces of it. Just I have not like sat down and watched it all the way through. Like I remember always catching it on Cartoon Network, like in the middle of it or something like that.
You could sit in here, you could sit down and watch it, and it doesn't feel like it's that long. Like it's very, very well paced.
Oh, I remember it being very well regarded even back in the day.
So definitely essential.
Spartacus says she went for the card. She dated Landon for a brief moment, I believe.
But I don't know what. Oh, that might be right, Landon. Yeah, but really quick, I don't know what happened in. I didn't watch the new Flash because it's Ezra Miller, and I think he should.
I haven't watched it either. I haven't watched it either. Survivor Quest 2. Dan Blackroyd saying Lucas is retired and has been for years, pretty much. Like, he's checked out. He just kind of comes in for a soundbite now and then that's kind of been it. Spartaker saying Thrawn trilogy introduced Mara, Hand of Thrawn. Yep. Or was it? I thought she was introduced in Heir of the Empire.
She was.
Yeah. Let's see. Duology helped Mara and Luke become a thing. Survivor's Quest solidified their relationship. Outbound Flight gave the origin of Thrawn and Outbound Flight a backstory. Right. I was just saying another book of Star Wars that Timothy Zahn had written.
So he's got like 9 books then, because there's the next trilogy of Thrawn, like Thrawn Ascendancy and all the Disney crap books he wrote.
Yeah. So have you read a lot of books, or are you still trying to catch up on a lot of them? Speaking
No,
of,
I mean I've read all the Bane books. I read Plagueis. I got to get through Last Command still. And then there's a lot that I've read, but like nowhere near like I haven't even scratched the surface. There's so many, man. I've got that map. I need to pull it up, but there's like I have this map of like I think I've showed you. It's like basically like purple. There's 3 different colors. It's like green is like absolute crap. Don't need to watch. Well, I don't know if it's crap, but like green is like don't waste your time with it. Red is good.
Oh yeah, I think I gave you that list. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you did. Yeah. And so yeah, anything within. Oh, then I started like Republic Command, the Karen Travis Republic Commandos. But so I've started books, and I've got a lot that I got to get through. My whole I got like 2 shelves of books that I have that I've got to get through. But you know what irritates me though is because like I wish that they would have like there's someone that we follow on YouTube that does the audio books, but they don't do audio anymore, man. And it's hard to find them unabridged.
Yeah,
like they'll do abridged, and I just like Dark Lord, Rise of the Dark Lord by James Luceno. That's the book that I want to read unabridged audiobook, but they don't have it for whatever reason. They won't do it. And I don't get it. Yeah, it's like I don't know. What do you'll do abridged, right? Or no, you like unabridged?
I have done abridged, but I do prefer unabridged. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's not like those readers are making a ton of money. It's not like you can't just pay them to do unabridged, but maybe people just don't want to do unabridged. I don't know. So
I know they've done like some re-recordings and stuff like that, but
also just want to verify really quick that Githany did not have a whip lightsaber. It was a light whip.
A light whip, yes. It was also funny. I forgot how it got brought up, but I was talking about it with Skirmitar, and bringing up I was mentioning that we got to talking about the Old Republic books. Oh yeah, because I was playing KOTOR and he was in the chat, and I was saying, oh yeah, I've got the three books as well. I got the 3 out of the 4 books. Which I got the 3 out of the 4 Star Wars: The Old Republic hardcovers. I'm just missing the 1, and of course, like it is no Legends label or anything like that. And that was kind of what he was talking about. I still need to get through Fatal Alliance someday. I just have not been able to get through it, but I mean, we all know all of our favorites is Deceived. Revan can go jump into a lake on Mustafar. And then the 4th book was, let me get it really quick. Oh god, and they just have nothing but the new freaking covers out there. Fuck. Oh
yeah, that's another thing, man. Those books are The traditional covers are going away.
But yeah, the fourth book is Annihilation. This one down
I haven't
here.
read that one.
You guys, yeah, I haven't gone through it either.
You didn't like
Hmm.
you didn't like Revan, huh?
I did not like that book at all.
Deceive, you can't beat Deceive, man. It's just
Deceived is just the peak of the series.
He says, "I love you," and he's like, and he's like, "I know." Or what was the scene where he basically she's telling him that he loves Jaredem, and then he ignites his lightsaber through her heart to kill her because she's a weakness.
Yeah, it's like towards the end.
Oh, but they leave you on a cliffhanger, and I understand. You're telling me that the game's supposed to bridge the gap between the book, but I think, no, that's dumb. Just write a second book. Because I don't want a game. I want a book.
Who was it that at the end too, Malgus confronts the Sith?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm looking through the book really quick. I'm trying to find the name.
Starts with the A. I want to say.
Dang it, I'm trying to find it now. I'm like, who was that again? Because it was like Adras.
Huh?
Adras.
Yes, Adras. Mm-hmm.
I just love how he just busts into the place and just freaking stomps him into a mud hole.
Quite literally.
Yeah, there's Adras and Angrel.
Yeah.
Adras was the guy that he killed. Angrel's death comes later in Sutor.
What a great book.
Yep. Definitely like I said, the best for that series.
Adras and Angrel.
Yep. Let's see. Brandon Tran says, speaking of Thrawn, why was Thrawn's bodyguard Rook nerfed and beaten by Morgan Elsbeth in Tales of the Empire? I thought Rook's species is strong. Dude, I saw that. Raging Rhino pointed that out as well. And I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. But no, she has super special Night Sister training powers, so she can absolutely take on Rook. Oh, that was so infuriating when I saw that. I was like, you gotta be shitting me, really? Thrawn's the elite freaking Nogri commander is taken out by her wimpy ass. Spartacus says, so such thing as a lightsaber whip, only the light whip, which was favored by Githany and Darth Lumia. Yep. Lumaya, I think it is. Lumaya? I think it's Lumaya.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I mean, that makes sense. Why a whip would be favored by a Sith, not by a Jedi. He says, and it's a weapon with metal tails that heat up to near lightsaber intensity. Right. No lightsaber crystal or anything like that. It's just pure. It says Red Harvest, I believe, is also during the Old Republic game period. I thought Red Harvest was during the Empire era. Because I think it involves Han and Chewie. Let's see. Yeah, the Death Troopers and stuff like that. Shortly before the buyout, too. Yeesh. Oh. All right. I think it might have started during the Old Republic and made its way to I think, okay, so Red Harvest. It does say, yeah, the Old Republic. Followed by Fatal Alliance. Okay. Huh. I thought Red Harvest was. Maybe I'm thinking of prequel to. Oh, Red Harvest is the prequel. Okay, yeah. I just saw that now, Spartacus, and he said it here in chat. Red Harvest is a prequel to Death Troopers.
Tell me why I always thought the Red Harvest, the guy on the cover of Red Harvest was Palpatine in a younger form.
I can see how you'd get that idea, especially after
Plagueis.
Plagueis, especially when they're
dueling.
Well, dueling and on that planet where they kill somebody and then eat their heart together.
Mm-hmm.
Eat the guy's heart and everything. Good stuff. Good stuff. I've never gone through Red Harvest or Death Trooper, but I know that's where like they kind of brought in zombies in the Star Wars universe, which is like, don't know exactly how I feel about that, but that's kind of funny that Red Harvest was connected to, was like considered if Fatal Alliance followed it. And I guess that's like in the timeline sort of thing, which is supposed to be, I think, pre-SUTOR, the like Star Wars: The Old Republic timeline when you're playing. So it's kind of interesting. Cool beans. Cool beans. Is there anything else we want to talk about for Les Star Wars?
I was kind of going through here,
but I did have a whole thing about the Star Wars Acolyte reviews. Critics share strong first reactions. I don't know if we want to go over that and see see what the people have to say about it, or if we should just kind of wait and see.
Do you want to wait until next week, or do you want to do it and then get into Stargate? From the direct? Is it from the direct?
Yes. I posted it in the Discord.
Yeah, I've not heard of direct. Is it reputable?
I think I've used their articles before.
You want to go over it, or do you want to wait until next week?
I just don't know if I really care to listen, see what a bunch of dumb shills had to say about Acolyte.
They're probably the same people that are on Grizzy's videos.
Well, that's so sad, right?
Crying, saying that is just,
oh my God, the freaking. And I mean, what is it? So in 2 weeks, 2 weeks, the first 2 episodes drop of the Acolyte.
I might be in Brazil for the running of the bulls. And I may actually just run into a bull. They're doing it on a Wednesday, aren't they?
Like Ahsoka was and stuff like that. Yeah,
well,
Wednesday.
Perfect. Do it on the pregame. We can pregame show.
Yeah, that's why Static wanted to do it. We're gonna watch the 2 episodes and then talk about it. And that's why he assigned us the stupid homework for it.
So pumped. Drops on a Wednesday and watches on a Thursday, and maybe
we're talking about it on
watch the first 2 episodes, have something to do with politics, and then you can talk about it on Monday's Bloodbath.
Like Static is kind of thinking it's gonna be
that it's not beneath them to make things political,
right?
I wonder if that's what's going to happen. Honestly, you'll watch it Wednesday, do the on pregame, and then it have some type of a political nature, and then it'll be torn apart on Bloodbath.
Let's see. Spartacus is saying, yeah, a Sith Lord was trying to make himself immortal through this sentient plant, and needed to eat the heart of the Jedi who could communicate with the plant just didn't work out that way. Oh, those silly Sith up to all sorts of shenanigans.
Eating a heart of a vegetarian? A telepathic vegetarian? What a story.
Oh, God.
I need to eat this dude's heart because he's a vegetarian and he can commune with plants, so I can therefore commune with a plant. Brilliant, man. It's actually, see, that's creativity. That's creativity. I'm going to eat the heart of a vegetarian so I can therefore communicate with plants.
You have such wacky ideas.
How is that wacky? That's creative.
Perfect synopsis for the book.
Absolutely.
We should put that on their website for it.
Sheefster should be an agent. Publisher.
I was wondering where he was going with that.
Came in the right time. He's like a wizard. He's never early, nor is he late, Frodo Baggins. He revises precisely when he needs to.
All right. So shall we get into Stargate then? Because I think we can save the thing for next week.
Comtrya.
As we gear up for Acolyte. All right. Sounds like a plan. I will send out the link for people really quick. Whoever wishes to join.
To watch Tin Man.
All right, let me play the usual. Make sure to let me know if you hear the kitty really quick before I do share it in Discord. Heard kitty?
Kitty.
Okay. Just like to make sure. And I wasn't sure who was saying that, if that was you or Sheefster.
The Sheefster, man. He's like, kitty. Sound like
Chris wasn't a vegetarian, LOL. She just had a special bond with the plant. Ended up with this whole Sith Academy being turned into undead fiends.
Bro, that's what vegetarians are, man. They have connections to plants.
Undead fiends.
I'm gonna go eat a. Actually, I'm not gonna go eat a plant.
All right, here we go. Oh, no worries, Spartacus. Just thought I'd send you the link anyway, saying I'd join, but need to mow the lawn before it rains tomorrow. Don't worry, dude. I just thought I'd send it to you anyway. We appreciate you hanging out here, listening to us go back and forth.
This is your Colonel speaking. Welcome to P3X9er89er, where it's a balmy room temperature Fan it out.
Whoa.
Well, the lights are on, but there's nobody home.
The technology seems advanced by comparison to what we've seen on most of the human-inhabited planets, maybe even more advanced than Earth.
Much more.
Well, it feels older somehow.
I know how it feels. This place has seen better days.
At least it doesn't appear to be of Gould origin.
Teal'c, you ever run into something like
Always
this?
good to avoid Gould
I have not.
origin stuff.
Computer.
Well, that sounds ominous. Let's fall back.
Bummer. And that nerd Sam goes right for the computer.
Naturally.
I don't know. Welcome to PX3989.
My transmitter's going.
Daniel? Yo. You guys okay?
He did the Undertaker rise.
Yeah, I'm fine.
He is the gong.
Comtrya!
There's Hitman's boy.
Comtrya!
Daniel.
Hitman's absolutely favorite character of all time. Oh, you know what?
It is.
I should remake the
Oh,
intro
well then.
someday, so maybe you know what? I think I have the new body for it.
We are explorers.
I was gonna say, I think you got to whip up a new avatar for him.
This is your custom, yes?
Malgus who? I'm all about Comtrya now.
Oh, no, that would be me.
Colonel Jack O'Neill. Kumbaya. Comtrya. Whatever. Why'd you attack us?
Attack? Oh, attack, yes, of course. It would seem that way from your perspective. Yes, I did
From
that.
a certain point of view.
Why? It could not be helped. Oh, are you suffering any pain? Any after effects? Oh, occasionally the heart must be restarted.
Oh, no, I think we feel fine.
Oh, Comtrya! You are all such wonderful specimens. You in particular. Female.
Colonel.
Easy, Captain. Listen, we had some things when we got here, some weapons.
Meteor Advocate Timon is not a fan.
Very dangerous.
One of the most punchable
Very.
characters in
Can we
SG-1.
have some
Aww.
And our uniforms.
Aw, come on.
Sorry.
He's not that
This
bad.
is better, yes?
No.
I am Harlan. I am the last survivor of Altair.
Excuse me?
I think, what was it?
The last
Don DeLuise's character. What was it? Ergo?
And
Much
your
more
weapons
annoying.
are
Much more
this way.
punchable. Or was it or is he Torgo?
I think you're right the first time.
Ergo, yeah.
We are in Section 3. There has been trouble here lately.
What kind of trouble?
Mechanical breakdowns. Very difficult to maintain this complex all alone.
Listen,
Yeah,
Harlan,
Ergo.
is there an outside to this place?
Outside is above, we are under.
Under the surface?
Oh, yes. On the surface, we cannot survive.
Oh, Togar. Togar was the one that was like the guy in charge of Ergo.
What happened to your civilization? Surely you started on the surface.
Yeah, Timo, he's Ergo. Ergo is it is Ergo.
Love to hear what happened.
URGO.
All in time. We've got all the time in the world.
Yes, you do. You understand?
And then Togar was the like other version of him.
Is that like Aloha?
Harlan, how long have you been on your own?
Now, let me see. Wallace was the last one to go. I miss him.
But you all remind me a little of Wallace.
Except for you.
But
of
yeah,
course you are female.
Ergo
And you
much
are
more annoying.
Whatever you are. Hubble. He was the creator of all this. But he died very early.
Also
too early.
annoying, but
Many
at least
secrets
they
with him
aren't.
so
They're not
long
children.
ago.
Yeah.
How long? Exactly.
Exactly 99,207,000 of your hours.
Well, that's 11,000 years.
How did you know that?
That's right.
I just took a shot in the dark.
Wait, how did you know that?
See? Everything is better. Even your minds. You are all much, much better.
Better than what?
Do you not feel it? Are you not stronger? Smarter?
Jack, I think he's right. I feel great.
Of course you do. Because I have given you a great gift. I have made you all better.
Better how?
Oh, I have not hurt you. I have only made you better.
All right. Better. Listen closely. I'm going to ask you one more time, very simply. Better how? We're gone.
Out. Peace out. We are done with you.
Carter, dial us home.
Wait! You cannot leave. I cannot leave either. It is unsafe.
What isn't safe? Tell us.
All in time. There is so much you must know first. You will be back. You will. You cannot leave me here all alone. Oh dear.
Colonel, how do you feel?
Never felt better in my life. It's got me a little worried, actually.
Yeah, well, this has got me a little worried. Listen.
I don't hear anything.
Timon says,
This
better
is
how?
dead?
Look down in your pants.
Colonel, to make sense of this, I'm going to have to do a blood sample.
Missed opportunity. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What the hell is that? Get that on.
Look, I'm going to need x-rays on all of them stat. What did he do to
The
us? I don't know. Just let's
synthetics
everybody stay calm.
from Aliens.
I no longer possess a Goa'uld.
Colonel, what the hell are you doing?
I like that his first instinct was just to cut right into his arm like that.
I don't want to live with milk blood.
Alert! Security for the infirmary!
Whoa, security, Dr. Fraser, it is us.
Just don't come any closer.
Roboid alert! Roboid alert!
Why weren't the dogs detecting this?
Stand down.
down, Airman. It's a little misunderstanding. It's an order.
Delay that order.
Oh no! Spartacus came up with the alternative.
that is not
Better
the
how?
one
Look
we
down into your pants. What the heck?
General,
Where's my
it's
dick?
me.
I gave
Would
it
you
to
call that
Sam.
human blood?
I've reason to believe they're all imposters. He, or whatever he is, has no detectable heartbeat.
Take them to the holding room. Put a guard outside.
General Hammond. I don't know what that son of a bitch on 989
Follow
did
the
to us, but I swear to
instructions
God,
of
your
these
wife died of cancer 4
And you
years
will not
ago.
be hurt.
Your granddaughter's names are Tessa and Kayla.
Any resistance by any of you will be met with deadly force. Is that understood?
Don't anger the Hammond bush.
Understand. Perfect.
Looks and sounds like our people. They certainly believe they're SG-1.
It may be another ghoul trick.
I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I can't let your guard down with those crazy ghouls.
How else would he have known if he isn't tackling?
They ain't wrong.
Sir, given our history,
Them
with the world,
ghouls
I
do some
believe
wacky
keeping him
shit.
here would be extremely dangerous.
I'll take that under advisement.
It's incredible. It looks like mine. It feels like mine. It is mine. I mean, I don't feel any different. If anything, I feel better.
That's what Harlan said.
Well, why didn't he just tell us?
Probably afraid we'd damage him.
Perceptive little runt.
You know, Colonel, you can't blame General Hammond for confining us.
Hey, I know who I am.
Well, so do I. In every respect, I feel like Sam Carter. But the evidence... Harlan must have transferred our consciousness into these bodies.
Bodies. Did you see the inside of this arm? We're machines, Carter.
Teal'c, are you okay?
Why?
Well, for starters, you've lost your...
You're a dingus.
I still feel its presence.
Really? That must be like continuing to feel a limb after it's been lost.
Oh, for crying out loud. Daniel, I'm glad you're so fascinated by all this, but it's time for a little reality check, okay? We are being held prisoner by our own people.
Well, they can't keep us in here forever. I mean,
Why not? What do you think is going to happen? Do you really think military intelligence is going to let us continue as SG-1 like
Moan
this?
says when he cut his arm. Oh no!
What
Oh
rights
no!
you
He
talking
turned me
about?
into Lance
No
Henriksen.
matter what he's done to us, we're still...
Human? Is that what you were going to say?
We're roboids, damn it!
Now we know why.
Colonel O'Neill, whoever you are, I've decided to send SG-5 back to PX-3989, see if they can shed some light on this.
That's a mistake.
Why?
Because old Harlan will do to them what he did to us.
Harlan?
the indigenous person we encountered on the other side, sir.
We do believe that he transferred our consciousness into these artificial bodies.
Why would anyone do that?
Well, he thought he was doing us a favor. He thinks this is better. And I never even really thought of it at the time, but he must be artificial too.
Well, that would explain how he got to be 11,000 years old.
What?
General, I think it's imperative that we go.
Get Dr. Fraser!
Yes, sir!
They're running low on juice.
Hey, what a crappy battery life on these things.
Right? Although I guess we don't know the exact amount of time they've been there.
Negative. Don't risk any more. Get this gate open.
ran out of energy.
What?
Well, if these bodies are machines, they need a power source. It's here.
Comtrya!
Oh boy, he's starting up
Here is where you belong now. Here is the only place you can be. You son of a bitch!
You nearly waited too long. I was worried. Feel better?
There! What the hell did you do to us?
You are angry.
Yes.
Oh,
One good
yes.
reason why I shouldn't break you in half.
Colonel, he's the only one who can put our consciousness back into our real bodies.
Oh, no, I cannot do that. In time, you will see. I have transferred your consciousness to the synthetic.
Well, transfer us back now.
Simone says,
No,
powered by the
it's
PlayStation
permanent.
5 controller
I do
battery.
not want to hear that.
You are damaging me. I am sorry, but there is no way to do what you ask. Your bodies are all gone. It is all part of the process. This is what you are now. You will see. It is better. This way, around the corner, just a few more steps and home again. You should all rest now. Your internal systems are not yet fully recharged, and they were allowed to drain far too low.
Attention, coolant leak in secondary coil, section 2. Immediate attention is required.
Section 2. You see now why I needed you. This place is more than one man can maintain. Oh. So much to do. You will see. You will all feel
One
much
way
better
to
soon.
do slave labor.
This will not take long at all.
Jack, you said we should rest. You don't want to run out of energy again.
My energy is anger now.
Half the stuff in this complex isn't working. The rest is marginal. I mean, look around. He's been jerry-rigging things for centuries. He was desperate.
I say let the place fall down. To condemn Harlan would be to condemn ourselves.
Your point being?
What is done is done.
Oh, please. Has it occurred to anyone that all we are now is robots?
Roboids. Get it right.
Where are you going?
Going to find Harlan.
Jack! Don't worry. Just talk. Robot.
What?
Oh, it's nothing. Just the notion of living 11,000 years entered my mind for a moment, and I couldn't. It's a lot to take in.
Apparently, we've got time to adjust. Yeah, we really do have all the same sensations and perceptions that we did in our human form.
Well, if you think about it, the human body is just a machine. It's just a vessel for our consciousness. I mean, it's just an organic one. I mean, it performs work, requires fuel.
It's not the same, Daniel.
No, it isn't, but maybe in a way Harlan was right. Maybe this is better. I mean, we're still us. We're still unique. I mean, every thought, every
Simone says, the three of you go to work, and the
thirsty
female
since
goes
it's
to my
No.
chambers.
Teal, you still okay? Where'd he go?
He probably wants to be alone. I don't blame him. That way.
freaking out, man.
I do not understand this obsession of yours. It's not an obsession. I just want to know what you did with our bodies. But you have no further use for them. Oh, good. You are exploring. Yes, good, good. There is much to see, much to learn from the station. And you are feeling better, yes?
No. Colonel, have you seen Teal?
I left him with you. Perhaps he is best left alone. He is different. Yes. Yes. Look, Harlan, I want to know why you did this, why you did all of this. Our race was facing destruction. The biosphere of this planet could no longer support us. Well, this project was undertaken to allow some of our people to continue to live, even if our planet could not. Our former
Oh
bodies
no!
would-
Tomorrow says Teal got the Windows
How many
Vista
were there
OS.
1,000.
Oh no, he's
What
in for a
happened to
bad
them? There were
time.
problems with the transfer process, and some were lost. Sakura, Arith, Tira, very, very sad. We could not repair Hubble, the creator of all this. His secrets were lost, but many survived for a while.
Where are they?
Well, some left for the ring we discovered. The ring which you went through. They carried along smaller, more portable power sources with them. I expected them to come home. I waited. This is home, after all. But they didn't. And the rest did not accept the gift. They ended their existence. How? They walked above the surface, far from here, outside of the range of the power source. Wallace, he was the last one. He gave his life for the station. An accident. And I have been alone since, Wallace.
He Minecrafted.
You are here now. And everything is better now. Will you hold this for me? Comtrya! Very helpful. We work together well. There, see? We accomplish things. So, we must remain near the power source in case it breaks down again. Without the continuous stream of energy from the emitter, these bodies could not function for more than a few hours. And that is why I knew you would come back.
Arlen, we want to go home.
Oh, no, you must stay. You are friends. New friends.
Friends? I don't even like you. Chances are I'll never like you.
If we are ever going home, we need him.
You still do not appreciate the gift. Immortality. 11,000 going on infinity, I always say.
Attention, core complete in primary
Very bad.
section.
Very bad.
What is it?
The power source. For us. I spent too much time away from repairing the station to create you. Hurry. There's not much time. We must repair it or else we will all die.
And Jack's kind of like, yeah, and
I think the thermal capacitator has malfunctioned again. Tube 18 is blocked.
It draws heat in from the planetary core. It must be vented. The surface wind drives irradiated acid rain into the ventilation system and rusts the valves closed. And
So what's keeping us going?
reserve power, like when you went back to your world. Not much time. Has this ever happened before? Not since Wallace was still alive. It is the reason I created you. We must work together. Please help.
Wait, I want to try to play Doom on this thing.
All right. No.
Where's teal'c? Could use him.
It does not matter. He is different.
Okay, so
From me. bad neighborhood.
I had to shut down most of the vents. We have to open more and reroute the ventilation. There and there. I will stay here to operate the computer.
How do we find these vents and how do we open them?
The automatic controls no longer work and the vents are rusted closed. You will have to open up the vent shafts and do it manually. Search your minds. It is all there. I made sure of it. You have all the answers you need. Now go. Go. Go.
I have forced you into servitude. You should be thanking me.
Oh. Oh dear, oh dear.
This way.
Warning. Pressure rising to critical levels. Pressure level at 4 Hubble units.
Spartacus says too much melanin confuses the circuits.
Pressure rising to 6 Hubble units. Warning.
There it is.
One says a female's job is to take care of my shaft.
Did you see that?
Spartacus says that no wonder Biden, the New York governor, thinks black people can't work computers.
Harlan was right. It's rusted shut. I can feel it. There, I got it.
Warning. Pressure rising to 8 Hubble units. Pressure rising to 10 Hubble units. Override. Venting speed now.
Not yet, Harlan, not yet! Teal! Thank God, we'll be dead.
He's going Terminator.
Catastrophic coolant failure is imminent.
He's going Terminator Salvation. He's just throwing them around.
Come on, Duke. Come on. Teal.
Throwing them
You have
around.
succeeded in venting sufficient pressure. Comtrya.
We did it.
Ah, crap. Even the computer says it. That's it. I'm killing myself.
All right.
I'm sorry, but you're not.
It is only damage. I can repair it. All will be well. You will see in your friend, too.
What, Teal?
You killed him. He was malfunctioning. How will all be well with him if he's dead? You will see. Now the station is repaired. Go back to your quarters and wait. You will see. Keep an eye on him.
A silly little gnome.
Harlan, open up!
Harlan!
doing? All be well, please.
He's making a new synthetic of teal'c.
Go back to your quarters and I will bring him to you.
He's like slathered him in freaking Vaseline or
there were
something.
2 minds before. The creature he carried within 2 beings, and the 2 minds could not coexist, and your friend malfunctioned. I did not know he was different. I will not make that mistake again this time.
Answer my question. How can you make a new synthetic of teal'c without the original?
Captain Carter, stand aside. Harlan, turn off that machine.
The process is incomplete. I turn it off!
I'll answer the captain's question.
Please, if you destroy me, you will destroy the last survivor of an entire people and yourselves too.
I'm going to ask this question once. Do our bodies, our real bodies, exist somewhere?
Yes.
Then I want you to put us back now.
I could not do that even if I wanted to.
Why? If you can transfer our consciousness into these bodies, surely you can reverse the process.
No, it is impossible.
Why?
I will show you.
Well, this is a little weird.
I meant no harm. I would have returned them through the ring as soon as I was certain you had accepted your transference.
Except that it's not really a transference, is it? From one to the other. We're copies.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just copy pasted you.
If you had not been so insistent, you would never have seen each other. Once I knew the transference was successful, I had intended to send your organic selves back to your world. Their world. They would never have known of your existence. And in time, I hoped that you would have accepted yours.
We can never go back.
You belong here. You are welcome here.
Teal'c?
Captain Carter.
Colonel, he's all right.
That's great. Captain.
Oh, I suppose this is the only opportunity I'll have. I'm gonna teabag Jack.
Sort of.
Suck it, noob.
Here, let me get that.
So if we did it, would that be gay or would it just be masturbation?
Extremely busy.
I can see that. Doing what?
A little column A, a little column B.
Your synthetic others, saving the planet. Busy, busy.
Jack's like, so there's 2 of them now.
Yes. I am sorry for having restrained you for so long.
Hello there.
I am afraid my plan has failed rather miserably. But as I promised, you are free to go.
This is impossible. It's true.
Time to have a Sam sandwich.
All right.
Recreating the
Time
normal
to meet.
No,
Good
it
tea.
defies the uncertainty principle.
There's two of them.
We are identical.
Oh, yeah.
Right down to the mole on our. Hey, shut up.
Spider-Chris raises the point.
Oh,
is it incest if it's with a robot self, or masturbation?
But I had to disintegrate you.
Some questions are better left unanswered.
You know, maybe.
You just don't like
All I know is there's two Sams now, so giggity.
I think in time, our separate experiences will make us different.
Oh, he's the grumpy one.
Oh, he's the grumpy one.
Listen, I'm not too happy about this either, you know. You think you know how I feel? Well, yeah. We're basically the same guy, aren't we? Have a look. Ow. Sorry. Yeah. So, what the hell happened here?
That's my thinking as well, Timon. Two Sams.
Somebody stole my
yeah.
life. That's what happened. You talking about my life? Hey, I've got every right to it that you do.
So how about we trade off days of work?
Figure out a way to undo all of this, get myself back into my body where I belong. Oh, well, it's occupied. Thank you. I noticed.
Hey,
that.
occupado.
What does that make me? What do you want? Well, they're all debating the meaning of life out there. Both Daniels think this is all fascinating. The Carters are arguing already. Teal'c feels left out. You and I have got a few things to talk about. I'm not going to give you a hard
Let's
time.
finish this other teal'c so we can make them fight each other.
It has nothing to do with generosity. I can't go back. If I could, it might be a different story altogether. Yeah, well,
I'd have
there
to
is,
fight you for it.
The little issue of security. You know everything I know about Earth. Codes, defenses. We'll bury the gate. Don't worry. And don't even think about trying to send a bomb to make sure. I wasn't. Yes, you were. I know you. All right. All right. You have my word, Colonel. Call me Jack.
Colonel O'Neill?
Oh, crying out loud. I'll handle this.
No, this could be very useful. Maybe you should come back with me.
Ah, there you are. I was worried about you. Where is the other one?
He's getting ready to go home.
Yes, all for the best. I hope in time you will forgive me.
You were just trying to survive.
Yes, and we will. All will be well. You will see.
Harlan, people are not supposed to live forever.
Maybe not. But if you try just a few hundred years, perhaps you might change your mind. Yes?
So, don't forget to bury the gate when we're gone. Like that's something I'd forget. Well, see you. And, you should have that looked at. It's... Have a good life.
see you.
Comtrya!
All right, I'm gone.
I don't know why Hitman hates that episode. It's
It's
fun.
terrible.
10 out of 10.
I see what you did there. 10 man, 10 out of 10. Aha.
Did you know
Tom,
what you were talking
yeah.
about the beginning of the episode by chance?
All of it.
What did we say?
All of it. Just the guy. And he shows up again. No, he doesn't show up again. Who's the other guy? It's the guy who plays the half human, half horse guy in Hercules, I think, is in the episode or season 2 or 3 that I can't stand.
Oh, the Ergo thing?
Yeah, him. Ergo.
Dom DeLuise.
Yeah. Dillweed.
Yeah, we were saying that character was much more annoying than
They're cousins.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Any final thoughts on this particular episode?
10 out of 10.
Oh, you've changed your mind now.
No.
No. The 10 is for how bad it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a silly, fun little episode. But hey, it is kind of funny though that they take an episode like this and then re-reference it later down the line.
Mm-hmm. Come hither, Trya. Whatever. Goodbye.
Come try. How about you come try to get a piece of me?
Oh no.
You good for nothing, Hanyaker.
Bone says it's okay. You know, it's like I said, it's just a fun little side story, basically. Until next week's episode. Which the next week is There But For the Grace of God. Which is the alternative reality introduction. Daniels like steps in through that mirror thing and goes into the mirror universe and all that.
Yeah,
it's a good episode. That's probably like one of the best of this season too.
Oh, that's right. It's like everyone thinks he's crazy because he's like, I came from this place and stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah, that leads into then the episode after that, which is politics. And then, he's all talking about, he's basically like the, like your old school conspiracy theorist going, the whole world's gonna end.
Standing on the street corner with his sign.
Yep. Alex Jones style. They're coming for us. The space aliens, they're going to get you.
I've totally forgotten about like all the episodes now. It's been so long.
Fantastic. Hate Kinsey. Always have, always will.
Oh, Senator Kinsey. Yeah, he's a dickhead.
He's the perfect you love to hate him character.
And I just think it's so funny too, if that the actor Ronnie Cox is also in Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, and I'm like, oh shit, that's him, Bogomil, and I'm like, oh, I really hate him right now. I like him in those movies, but in this, I want him to die.
He just has one of those phases where you just want to punch.
Well, he does such a good job at being a smarmy, piece of shit villain that you like. Yeah, like it is. You just want to punch him into oblivion.
Yeah,
it gets good after this.
This is all right. I'm excited for the next episode.
Yeah, the next one's really good. It's probably like for season one definitely one of the best.
Outside Children of the Gods, yes.
Well, yeah, absolutely. That's why I said one of.
Oh yes, I see what you did there.
Yeah, I covered my bases. I mean, yeah, for season one, definitely like Children of the Gods is peak. Thor's hammer is another great episode.
I still think the enemy
the
within
last
is
3 episodes of this season are just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
As well, because that's
like
there
the
there's a god, politics, and within the serpent's grasp.
Mm-hmm. I like the one with Kowalski. I think that's really good.
Which one was the
Where
Kowalski?
the second episode 2 where he
the enemy within.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kowalski.
Those are peak, in my opinion.
Are you saying Fire and Water was not fantastic as well?
I love Fire and Water. Y'all just keep talking trash on it.
Fate Amaroka.
What? Fate Amaroka. I'm gonna make a coffee or a t-shirt. That's what's I'm gonna have on it. I still think it's a coffee flavoring, Amaroka.
Sure, why not?
That's a fantastic episode. Anybody who wants to question whether it's fantastic or not,
Comtrya could not have been annoying. So, any other final comments about the episode?
I mean, it's still good. It's still Stargate, but I mean, yeah, it's just meant for me.
I forgot how much time they did end up spending back on the planet. Like I thought that was like more towards like the end of it for some reason, but I forgot how much time they really spent on the planet. I'm like, okay, now it was kind of slowing down a bit, kind of dragging just a smidge, just a smidge. And I'm like, okay,
let's pick up.
They kind of picked back up once the whole place was about to blow up, but.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is kind of like, all right. This is all them going through the motions and all that shit. So,
still good, but very excited for the next episode.
Definitely. Chiefs, are any final thoughts?
Nope.
He's like, nope.
Okay, just making sure. Well. I think that's probably a good spot as any. Been fun today.
We got a lot of
good old Star Wars Day, good old celebration. It's funny too because like I played A New Hope trailer at the beginning, but the thing was I had all 6 movie trailers for it, but like that was gonna be like 10 minutes.
Should have done it. Star Wars Day, win in Rome.
I know. I probably should have, but I was just like, it might be a bit long, but pushing it for an intro. Then I also tweaked it at the end because I grabbed it from YouTube and I tweaked it a bit, but yeah.
Never too late. Never say never.
So maybe another time. If we're starting a little early or something, that'll be a good lead in.
Fantastic intro.
Otherwise, I think I know the answers, but
nope.
No.
I was answering for Sheepster.
Oh, you're. I was gonna say anything you want to throw out there before we close out. Anything to plug? Like I said, I know the answer. But...
Nope.
Nope.
Man, how about you, sir?
Nope.
Okay. I guess I'll just do some plugging. Giggity. Tuesday night, I'll be joining Nerdy Neo again. We'll be discussing top 5 Star Wars characters. I'm looking forward to that. I bet you can guess who number 1 will be.
Kyle Katarn.
Yeah, that was an easy guess.
Oh.
But I'm thinking I'll probably be starting.
Andor. Should have said Andor. Darn it.
Ah, shit. Maybe I'll mess. Maybe I don't know if phrasing.
Well, we all know Kylo Ren's your favorite Sith, so.
This is...
Oh shit! You know what? You're making me rethink my list now. I was gonna put Darth Bane on there, but you know what? I think you're right. I think Kylo has to go on there.
You're joking.
But no, we'll be ranking top 5. Huh?
Are you gonna be on pregame?
Yeah. Thursday, of course, is weekend pregame. I think we'll be. I think Static will finally have a new intro for the show. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Devil Made Me Do It's making it, and then Static's making the music for it. So I'm really curious to see what those two have cooked up, because Devil Made Me Do It was potentially talking about using my thing as a cult leader. So I have even something set up for that for my little camera, and I'll even I'll show you guys. So here's Cult of Fractured. we will see if I am indeed the cult leader. I'm very curious to see it. I don't know if you recognize what the throne and everything, but very curious. That or he's making me a tranny. I don't know which. Hey, welcome back, Static. Just as we're closing out, it says, nerds, I need your opinion on the intro. Okay, I'll let absolutely. Timon said phrasing, English, and your PHS. Stupid. Oh, okay. Jaffa joke. And also Wednesday night, I am joining Melee Games. We're going to be playing some Team Fortress 2. Looking forward to that because it's been a long time since I've gotten to join up with a group of people playing that game. Old favorite of mine. I remember first having a lot of fun with it back when I did the QA testing at Electronic Arts back in the day. And that game came out, and that was what we did that's what we ended up doing on our lunch breaks, was just firing that up and playing. So we might even be getting like private server stuff going of us just fighting each other. It'll be a hoot and a half. So yeah, keep an eye out for all of that. And of course, like I said, weekend pregame on Thursday night, and we will be back naturally next Saturday for more Saturday Night Sith. Like I said, there, but for the grace of God is the next episode of Stargate SG-1. Looking forward to that. So with that, we will say good night, goodbye, have a good one, and we will catch you next week.
Comtrya!
Bye.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah, I should have known from the very beginning. From what you said. Yeah, when the mega powers were formed. Yeah, what you were out for from the very beginning. Yeah, you were after what was mine. I remember what you said.
You can destroy the Emperor. Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Yeah, that one was rough. Those words right there. Yeah, I got stuck, yeah, but I swallowed it anyway. Didn't like the taste, but I swallowed it anyway, yeah. But I remember the time when there was a conquistador out of the ring, the one that's so jealous that he can't stand it, yeah. Yeah, you came in there with your poses, yeah, but you made a big idiot out of yourself, yeah. And speaking of idiot things, what about that stupid idea? Did you forget that one? Think back. That right there sealed your fate. Yeah, it put the madness over the edge. But I'll tell you what felt even better, was in the dressing room, in the first aid room. Me being unselfish, said go ahead, do the thing, You won't steal my thunder, no! When you take a look at the madness's eyes, all you're gonna see is complete and utter rage!